Welcome. I was a little late getting into the studio. I don't think things are running right. Fade to black. Bespoke radio for the masses. Today's Thursday, July 14th, 2022. I was making coffee, man, and I was just making sure it was right. I was late. It's all good. How you doing? It is Fadernight, and I would like to welcome everybody listening from all around the world, all across the United States. Hither and thither, to and fro, back and forth, up and down, east and west, north and south, far and near. This is Fade to Black for KJCR, the Game Changer, and UNX Networks. Raise Hobbs. I am your host, Jimmy Church. What is cracking, everybody? How you doing? It's Thursday night. It is Fader Night with open lines all night long. Call-in numbers are 818-921-6929 or 323-275-9695. All right. There you go. Let's see what happens first. Man, what a great week. Kelly Sullivan Walden last night. Dr. Walden. Amazing show. I can't say enough. Scott Walter on Tuesday. Had a good time doing another solo presentation on Monday night. And I'm really, really liking those. I was talking to... All right. You want some private stuff? I'll get to some private stuff. Today, I was talking to the producer of my new TV series. And, you know, we're in the middle of production and shooting and stuff. And I said, hey, I'm going to change things up. He's like, what are you talking about? I said, I want you to go and watch the last 3 Monday nights on Fade to Black. And he goes, why? And I said, these are solo shows. And he goes, what do you mean solo? I said, it's just me. What do you mean just you? Just me. Yeah, but your thing is interviewing, you know, I guess that's where you shine. What are you saying? I'm not saying anything, man. What I'm saying is I want 10 minutes to myself at the front of every TV show. What? I'm being a diva. Making demands. Okay, well, get it done. We're changing things up. I mean, I'm enjoying it. And I said, just put the seed of the idea in your head. That's all that I'm saying. I'm really enjoying it. But Jimmy, I don't want to hear. You know, it's about you and the guest, I don't want to hear that. I want you to go and watch the last 3 Monday nights, and you tell me what you think. If you're saying I don't have what it takes, okay, all right, I'll listen to that. But I think there's something happening here. Anyway, so that argument happened today. Oh, man. Hollywood. All right. Where am I at? Tonight's Fader Night. It's open lines all night long. Man, it's hot in here. It is so hot in Southern California and so hot where I live. I mean, it is just, it's bordering on redunculous. And hopefully it's going to be over here soon and we can get to fall. So there you go. All right. A few things I want to get out of the way. Number one, next month. Now, the update isn't on the website yet. I was told today that it was going to be ready, but I'm going to send you over there anyway, because next month, Tuesday night, August 16th, I'll be at UPARS. I will be speaking at UPARS and Jimmy Church and Friends. So I'm going to speak. And I'm going to have some other special guests there. This is the grand reopening because UPARS hasn't had a meeting since the beginning of the pandemic. So UPARS is back, and that's going to kick off Tuesday night, August 16th, right here in Los Angeles in Studio City, which is a little suburb just north of Los Angeles. It's Los Angeles, next to Burbank, in between Burbank and Sherman Oaks. Studio City, California. They call it Studio City for a reason. And so I will be there at the Unitarian Church, and it's going to be great. There's only 200 seats available. So uparsla.org is where you want to go. uparsla.org. Although it's not up there yet, it'll probably be up there by tomorrow. I'm assuming maybe by the weekend. But that's where you want to go when they finally get this up on the website. Steve Murillo. And Steve sent me an email today saying, it's all good. We're going to update. So we'll see. All right. uparsla.org. All right. I want you to get your free membership right now to the UNX Network. Very simple. Free membership. Everybody loves free things. And you can go right now, become a member over at the UNX Network totally for free. And you're going to get their monthly newsletter. You're going to get blog access. You're going to get event notices. You're going to get a free digital copy of their quarterly magazine. You're going to get discounts to their live conferences that they do. They've got a live conference coming up next month. That's right, Cape Girardeau. So you get all of that. And all you got to do is go to unxnetwork.com. The links for it are down below. And now, I've been talking about this all week. EdenPURE right now is having their BOGO sale on the Thunderstorms. And you've got to get your buy one, get one free, buy two, get two free, buy two, get two free, right? That's what you want to do. Buy five, get five free. You need bedroom, kitchen, bathroom, car. So that's buy two, get two free, get four right now. And the promo code, it's only 1 week and it started on Monday. So that's it, right? Go and get it now. The promo code is FADERBOGO. And we've got it in the description box below. Got it over on the website. Click on it. Head over, FADERBOGO. You can also click on my name and do what you got to do. But FADERBOGO will get you the buy one, get one free. That's what BOGO stands for. BOGO, buy one, get one free. I do that with watches. Yeah. Buy one, get one free. I will do a BOGO whenever they pop up. I mean, that's maximum discounts. You know, that's what is going on there. And I got to tell you, the Thunderstorm in my little home gym, I've been cooking shrimp scampi. Lately, I've been mastering. I'm going to do it tonight after the show. I just got some fresh shrimp. I've been mastering the art of cooking shrimp scampi, but to do it correctly, olive oil, butter, fresh crushed garlic cloves, scallions. You do all of that, and just the beginning of the mixture, right? The sauce, that will mess your house up. I'm telling you, unless you've got a thunderstorm. I'm telling you right now, USB, plug in the wall. If you're a trucker, I'm telling you, I love the Thunderstorm. You've got to get one. If you're a trucker, you live in your truck, that's what you do. If you are a trucker and you live in your truck, you get a Thunderstorm. I'm telling you right now. And you know what I'm talking about. All right. Links for everything, all of our sponsors are in the description box below. Also, the links and banners are over at jimmychurchradio.com. Follow me on Twitter at jchurchradio. That's what you want to do. Follow me on Twitter at jchurchradio. Follow me on Instagram at jimmychurchradio. Just follow me. Subscribe. Do what you got to do. You should go and join the Fade to Black fan group over on Facebook. I don't have the links for it. It's not my group. I don't run it. I didn't create it, but I hang out there a lot. It's pretty cool. Okay. Hashtag F2B is the sandbox on Twitter. Let's get to the breaking news. All right. Let's get to the breaking news. This is crazy. You don't hear stuff like this every day. A previously unknown self-portrait of Vincent van Gogh has been discovered behind another of his paintings, the National Galleries of Scotland said today. The self-portrait was found on the back of Van Gogh's Head of a Peasant Woman when experts at the Edinburgh Gallery took an X-ray of the canvas ahead of an upcoming exhibition. The work is believed to have been hidden for over a century, covered by layers of glue and cardboard when it was framed in the early 20th century. As everybody knows, Van Gogh was known for turning canvases around and painting on the other side to save money. He was broke. The portrait shows a bearded dude, right, in a brimmed hat. Experts said the subject was instantly recognizable as the artist himself and is thought to be from his early work. The left ear, the one that he cut off, is in this self-portrait. He cut off his ear in 1888. Absolutely incredible story. I watched the video of them doing the X-ray, looking at this. Yeah, it's a Van Gogh self-portrait. I was in Detroit at DIA, the Detroit Institute of the Arts. That's probably 25 years ago. And I'm going through, and I was just there. I was there for some Egypt stuff, and I was there with a friend, 95, 96. And as I'm walking out, I got to catch the plane. It was like the last thing. I had to get back to LA. And it was the last thing we did while I was in Detroit. And I'm walking through, or was it Denver? No, it was Detroit. Yeah, I think it was Detroit. Anyway, I'm walking out of the art museum and I see I get this glimpse. I'm like, are those Van Goghs? And I turn and look, and there was a line of Van Gogh self-portraits, like a lot of them, like 10 or 15. And I walked in this little side gallery. I'm like, what the heck? And I see the sign, Van Gogh. What? And I had to leave. So I stepped up to the first one, and like 2 minutes, I just walked down and looked at a row of Van Gogh self-portraits this close. It was crazy. And then I had to go. I was late to the airport, and that was it. And it was by chance that I caught that. All right, the Washburn fire in Yosemite National Park continued to grow right here in California on Tuesday amid hot, dry weather. But officials have become more confident that the Mariposa Grove of ancient sequoias will survive. The fire reached 3,500 acres Tuesday night, and a total of 1,045 personnel have been assigned to fight the blaze, which as of yesterday morning was 17% contained. Now, Ingenuity. NASA's Mars helicopter is back in the news because right now it's taking some time off. It's taking a break from its operations on the surface of the red planet because NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory announced today that Ingenuity, the first aircraft to make a powered flight on an extraterrestrial world, will be pausing operations for the next several weeks because it's winter and dust season on Mars. To date, Ingenuity has made a total of 29 flights, totaling 55 minutes of airtime, far exceeding its original planned mission of just 5 flights. Absolutely incredible. All right, well, mission controllers with the European Space Agency were forced to relocate the Swarm Science satellite upon detecting a threatening piece of space junk, and they did so with only 8 hours' notice. Now, the ESA Swarm satellite constellation, launched in 2013, it's being used to track Earth's geomagnetic field. The mission uses three satellites named Alpha, Bravo, and Charlie to measure magnetic signals originating from Earth's core. Wing. You guys know what Wing is? It's a company. Have you guys heard of Wing? Probably not. Well, I'll tell you what Wing is. Wing is the drone delivery company operated by Google's parent company, Alphabet. Well, it unveiled a series of new prototype aircraft designed to handle a variety of payloads, small, medium, large. The company said the new drones will share the same underlying components with aircraft currently in use delivering pharmaceuticals and other small packages in the suburbs outside of Dallas-Fort Worth. According to Wing CEO Adam Woodworth, the aim is to right-size the delivery industry in order to match the appropriate package with a similar-sized vehicle. Makes sense. Wing did not disclose the timeline on when it would introduce these new drones, saying that they are all still in the prototype stage. Now, I saw the video, and I saw some images, and the big drone, it's got like, this is an airplane. This isn't like a quadcopter. It's got like 6-8 engines on it. It's big fat belly, and it's the size of a car. I mean, you could put a human being in that thing and drop him off. Let's get this show cracking on this day in history. 1881. Billy Kid is shot to death. That's right. Sheriff Pat Garrett shoots Henry McCarty, also known as Billy the Kid, shoots him to death at the Maxwell Ranch in New Mexico, right after a UFO sighting. I'm saying this is what I have heard, that Billy the Kid was distracted, looked up, UFO. That's how it went down. Fader fact. In 1996, there was a gangsta. That gangsta in Hong Kong was named Big Spender. That's right. Big Spender Chung. Well, he kidnapped the son of billionaire Sir Ka-Shing, I'm not making this up, Ka-Shing Lee, and collected a ransom of $130 million. That's right. Big Spender got away, kept the money, released the son, and then Big Spender called Lee on the phone and asked for advice on how to invest the ransom money. I'm not making this up. True story, vetted. Go and read about Lee. Go read about Big Spender. It's a crazy story. Big Spender was later convicted of the kidnapping, not in Hong Kong. He had to go to trial on mainland China. And you don't want to go to trial in mainland China. You want to go to trial in Hong Kong. Right? You don't want to go to trial in China. But he did. And guess what? Convicted and sentenced to death and was shot by firing squad at the age of, it's like 40, 39. No word if he ever got to invest that $130 million. Tonight is another Fader night with open lines all night long. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. The call-in numbers are 818-921-6929 or 323-275-9695. Man, UPARS LA's got a nice looking website. It's a good looking website. uparsla.org. All right. Let me see. Where am I at? Here is this. And let me do this. I got to make sure everything is happening. Man, okay. All right. Everybody just relax. Everybody just relax. I had to make coffee, and I was just late. All right. Let me see. I'm going to try something here. Let me see. Calls. No. See, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing this tonight. Everything that's on hold is just going to stay on hold. I am not going to mess this stuff up tonight. Like I almost just did. I almost tried to. I see all the calls coming in, but I'm going to mess something up. I don't want to mess it up. All right. Well, the other night, rivermoonwellness.com. Fade to Black blend. Best coffee in the world. It is. It is. I drank way too much of it today. Way too much. Funny thing about redwoods, the inside can be completely burned out, yet the tree continues to live and grow. Oh, is that right? Is that a Fader fact? That's from Janine. All right. All right. The other night, Fade to Black blend, rivermoonwellness.com, promo code F2B blend. I like my coffee, Doc. The other night, it was Monday, talking about time travel. And I didn't get a chance to, because I ran out of time, I didn't get a chance to go into, so I just want to spend a minute on this before I get to calls, about wormholes and time travel. Now, there are different aspects of wormholes and time travel. It's not just one. There's a bunch of different ones and a bunch of different theories. And I spoke briefly about, okay, so with a wormhole, you have an entrance and you have an exit, right? Right? It's a tube. You have an entrance and an exit. And so one of the math supports this, that you would take the wormhole, bend it around so you have the entrance and the exit now next to each other, right? Like this. And now, if you have clocks, just imagine this for a second. So you're inside, and outside you've got a bunch of friends standing there, and they've got watches on, and clocks are there, and so you go through the wormhole, and you line up the entrance and the exit here, and you go in here, you go around, boom, and you get spit out here. Well, the clocks at the entrance and the exit are going to remain synchronized. They're not going to change. Time doesn't slow down, doesn't speed up. That's not what happens. But you, on the inside of the wormhole, you're going to travel through, and then you're going to come out. And when you come out, you are younger than when you went in. Now think about that for a second. All right, so depending on the size of the wormhole, how long you are inside, the younger you're going to be. Now, the math supports this. So the theory is theoretically possible. But here's the trippy part. You come out younger, but do your memories. Now, go with me on this. We have the ginormous wormhole, and you go in at the wise old age of 58. It's a good number. You've learned things. You understand things. You've acquired that knowledge and life's experiences. You're wise because you're 58, right? And then you go through and you come out the age of 20. Do you come out at the age of 20 with your knowledge? Your body reverses itself, but is your life's experiences, are your memories? Because that's what would make it most appealing. If you come out, go in at 58 and come out 20 years old, and you're the 20-year version of yourself when you were a complete doofus, making all those mistakes, man, what's the point? All right, okay, there is appeal to it. I get that. But if you come through and you get spit out, you go from the body of a 58-year-old to the body of your 20-year-old self with your 58-year-old brain, life rocks. Now, could you do it again? Right? Live another 38 years and then do it again? Is that immortality? Is it technically time travel? It's not time travel. But are there examples of this throughout history? I want you to think about what I'm saying and choose your thoughts wisely here, because that is an interesting concept. In that, if E.T., more advanced than us and understands wormholes, Kip Thorne, and this is what has been going on, then that wise E.T. with the big brain, has it been rejuvenating his or herself? Think about that. And this is what is nuts. The math says it is so. This is Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. Tonight is Fadernight. It is open lines all night long. 818-921-6929 or 323-275-9695. Go right now. This is the last night I can talk about this. Go and get your Thunderstorm BOGO deal. Buy one, get one free. Buy two, get two free. Right now, FADERBOGO. Links are below. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. I'm going to come back to your phone calls on the Game Changer and UNX networks. Raise Hobbs. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
This is Nicole Church, daughter of you-know-who, and you're listening to Fade to Black on JimmyChurchRadio.com and the Game Changer Network.
You're listening to Jimmy Church and Fade to Black on the X.
You're listening to Jimmy Church, Fade to Black.
Fade to Black will now pause for alien identification.
The station that talks the net.
When you take the beans from Central America with dashes of Indonesian and African mixed in and then roast it to the dark side of Fade to Black, you create the ultimate brew of fringe. Introducing the Fade to Black blend from Rivermoon Coffee. Yes, Rivermoon's darkest customized roast was created for the love of Fade to Black. The alchemy of masterful roasting and smoking the beans is in every sip of this full-bodied, dark Java. I need my coffee dark, deep, with distinct bittersweet chocolate highlights, just like the bunker. Leaning further into the darkness of the roast is Fade to Black blend from Rivermoon Coffee. Just click on the banner at JimmyChurchRadio.com and use the promo code F2BBLEND for 15% off of your order today.
This is the only way forward.
This is Fade to Black. Make contact.
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and you can get our podcast for just $2 per month. All you have to do is click on the podcast banner over at JimmyChurchRadio.com. Right now, EdenPURE is having their famous BOGO deal on Thunderstorm air purifiers. One listener wrote, "It makes a huge difference in our cat litter box stink. I just wish I waited for the BOGO deal. I need another one." Well, now's the time. BOGO is back, so when you buy one Thunderstorm, you get one free. No matter how many you buy two, you get two free. You buy five, you get five free. The Thunderstorm will completely eliminate any odor, even the worst like pets, cigarette smoke, urine, and cooking. Now is the time to order. EdenPURE's buy one, get one free sale is 1 week only. With over 265,000 Thunderstorms sold and countless 5-star reviews, you know it works. People are buying several for around the home and even as gifts. Just go to EdenPureDeals.com and use discount code FADERBOGO. That's FADERBOGO, FADERBOGO. BOGO is buy one, get one free. That's EdenPureDeals.com, discount code FADERBOGO. And as always, shipping is free.
Do you have an interest in the paranormal? Then you'll love the unxnetwork.com. The X is your streaming audio and video for everything supernatural, strange, and mysterious, like UFOs, Bigfoot, ghosts, and so much more. From hosts like Jimmy Church, Whitley Strieber, Micah Hanks, and Christina Gomez. Visit the unxnetwork.com show page for a complete list of all the paranormal programs you'll find on the X. Be sure to follow us on Twitter for updates at KUNXDB. Follow our Facebook group, UnX Network. Find the podcast on Spotify, iHeart, Audible, and Apple Podcast. It's time.
It's new.
It's the X.
Right now, the world couldn't be more chaotic. History shows us what gold does when the world goes crazy. It goes up in value. Right now, we're in unprecedented times. The pandemic, the war in Ukraine, the devaluation of the U.S. dollar. Gold and other precious metals are a defense measure against the hyperinflation that's happening right now. So, what can you do to protect yourself? Call my friend Alan Johnson at United Gold Group. He's dedicated to helping people secure their retirement income. He'll help you with gold, with silver, and other precious metals, and show you how to set up your own self-directed IRA. Safe and secure, United Gold Group makes gold ownership easy and affordable. There couldn't be a better time, so call now and get a silver American Eagle proof set with a qualified IRA. Call 800-753-8534. That's 800-753-8534 or visit UnitedGoldGroup.com. Reach out to my friend, Alan Johnson.
9 out of 10 geneticists agree.
Fade to Black is not your father's radio show on the Game Changer Radio Network.
Hi, this is Rob Reiner from Anvil, and you're listening to JimmyChurchRadio.com.
What's up? I'm Chris. What up? This is Kyle Massey, and you're listening to Jimmy Church Radio.
Welcome back. Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. How you doing? It's Thursday night. It is Fader night. It's open lines all night long. That's right. Oh, let me I got my thing here. Let me see. Yeah, there we go. 818-921-6929, 323-275-9695. Your calls, your conversation. Thursday night Fader night is truly the greatest night in talk radio in all of the world right now, tonight. It's incredible to me. It's incredible what Thursday nights are. And so with that, let's go to the phones. Let's see who's up first. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
I got 2 words, Big Daddy. That's Race Hobbs.
Oh,
What's
man.
going on?
Mark from Dallas. How do you do it? How do you can you give me the secret phone number?
I just do a lot of praying. You know, me and Jesus are tight. You know, I don't ask him for much, but that's one of the things I ask him is every other Thursday, just let me get on. You know,
I love it, man. I love it.
The Holy Ghost is on me right now, brother. But let me start out.
All right.
Let me start out.
It's hot in here, man. It just got hot. It's hot.
Did it get hot?
It got hot,
that's
man.
Jesus working on
Yeah, Jesus. Okay. All right. What's up?
You're extremely victorious right now, and your victories have come in your solo nights that you're doing.
Oh, you like those?
No, I don't like it. I love it.
Okay. Okay.
It's a change of pace. You are more interesting than most of your guests, and I'm not saying your guests are bad. I'm just saying that you bring so much to the table. But I've got to get back to that Egypt night. I hope you're taking that show on the road, because that was as interesting as any Egypt talk I've ever listened to.
Thank you.
So congratulations.
Yeah, thank you for that. Thank you.
You brought up points that I've never thought about, never heard. You put a lot of thought into it. It's very thoughtful. It was erudite and intelligent. You like that word, erudite?
I do. I do. It's a good word.
Anyway, I'm talking really a lot and fast. So sorry about that. But time travel. Your time travel night. You said you were talking about some time travel movies. I've got one to throw at you that you may consider it a time travel movie. You may not. Every time this movie's on, I'm such a nerd for this movie. It's a Tom Cruise movie where he battles aliens called Edge of Tomorrow.
Yeah, that's a great. Yeah. I would call that technically a time travel movie. It's kind of a time loop movie.
That's it.
But it's a time travel movie. I would say that's that qualifies as time travel. Yeah, sure.
I don't know why, but I really like that. That movie's cool. The whole concept of it. It's kind of like I don't know. I thought it's pretty unique. It's one I nerd out on. But
didn't that movie have two different titles?
I know it's Edge of Tomorrow.
Yeah. No, it is. It is. Here's, man, this is Mandela effect. This is a full-on Mandela effect. Okay, so I may be right. I may be wrong with this, but this is what I know. Okay, stay with me for a second. I have to do something really quick. But this is what I know. Mark, I've got some funky things going on here, so just stay with me for a second. Okay, can you hear me?
Okay. Oh yeah.
Okay, keep talking. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. My mom dropped me on my head as a kid.
Okay.
And never fully recovered.
Okay. I got to fix. I had to click on some settings. Okay. Here's the deal. Now I'm going to defer this over to the chat room and Twitter. Let's see who figures this out. Okay. All right. So I watched the movie Edge of Tomorrow. I enjoy it.
Yes.
It's great. Right? Ships coming in, jumping out, battle scene, wash, rinse, repeat about 300 times. Right? Okay. So a couple of weeks later, I'm on my smart TV. And I don't know what I'm doing, where I'm at. Amazon Prime, I'm doing something. But anyway, I see this movie pop up, and it was called something else. And I thought, what? Time travel military? Oh, that sounds fun. And I click on it, and it was Tom Cruise, Edge of Tomorrow. Right? And I even paid for it. I was like, oh, what? But it had a different title. And I went, wait a minute here. So then I go, it was called Edge of Tomorrow. And sure enough, that movie was released under two different titles. Two different titles. Now, is this Mandela effect? Is somebody going to tell me I'm crazy that it was always Edge of Tomorrow? I'm telling you, that friggin' movie had a different name. I'm telling you.
Interesting.
I've lost my mind. I'm serious. I'm being serious. I'm being serious about this. Somebody look this up and help me out. And you know what? And somebody probably out there right now is going, I've never heard of Edge of Tomorrow. You mean the Tom Cruise movie called Wash, Rinse, Repeat? Yeah. I saw Wash, Rinse, Repeat. It wasn't called Edge of Tomorrow. Wait a minute. Was it called Wash, Rinse, Edge of Tomorrow? And it was called, man, I almost had it. Live, die. Oh man, I'm telling you, It had another title. Come on, somebody help me out here. Nobody in the chat room is.
No, it's silent, man.
Edge of Day After Tomorrow.
Perfect.
Oh man! But there was another title for that movie. Not Somewhere in Time. Oh man!
Yeah.
The Day After the Edge of Day After Tomorrow. But
you're wise guys. You know you can't ask them anything.
Man. Somebody just put
Thursday.
Vanilla Sky. Come on. That's
Vanilla
good.
Sky.
Vanilla Sky was good.
That's a crazy movie.
Yeah, I really like that movie a lot. All right. Before I let you go, what else you got?
Okay. I have a success story. We got to save a couple of lives the past couple of weeks. And have you, this is a weird question, but this is the place to ask weird questions, right? Have you been around death much?
It depends on what context. Are you asking, have I ever seen a dead body?
That's one way to put it.
Yeah, I've encountered dead bodies a few times. Yeah.
Okay.
Each one of them strange. I told the story recently about me having to stay with the body of a relative that passed, and was there with the police for a few hours, and that was pretty wild. Having the body, it's a 1-room apartment in the bed, and I'm sitting there at the dining room table like nothing is going on. That was bizarre. Okay, so
did you get any hit? Did anything pop into your head because of that?
No.
And I'm going somewhere.
Yeah,
with this
I know
question.
you are. I know you are. I did not. I did
okay.
not.
Well,
I did. Okay. Now, I'll say this. I'm going to keep this really quick. I was driving in the morning, and I had to take a friend of mine's son to school with him, the dad, and so and we did that, and we were driving back. This is in Hollywood. We're on Santa Monica Boulevard, and traffic was slowed down, just like only 2-3 cars, right? But there was some confusion, and I slowed down. And had to stop. And to my right, against the curb on the street, was a body on its on their back, and there was like 4 or 5 or maybe 10 people standing there looking at the body. And I'm looking, and whoa. That was pretty bizarro. I was very young. I was very young. And then another time I came home from work. This was around 90, 92, 93, right around the OJ chase, whenever that was. And I'm driving home, and I pull up the street to pull into the garage of my condominium in Sherman Oaks. This is across the street from Coast to Coast. I've told this story many times. When I lived across from Coast, and the police have the street blocked off, and I said to them, I said, I live here. I need to pull in, and he goes, okay, it's a crime scene. I said, what happened? He points. Robbed the bank right there. And there was a credit union or something behind my house in Sherman Oaks. And I look, and it was a guy in a puddle of blood shot in the street with nothing covering the body. And I had to drive past. It's right in the middle of the street. I'm driving past. I'm like, holy crap. It was Quentin Tarantino. It was like insanity. And I pulled her, and I have to drive slow. It's a freaking crime scene. I got cops waving me through. And I pulled in my garage, went in upstairs, out on the balcony where I could see Coast, right? And I'm looking down at a body face down in a 10-foot pool of blood. 10 foot.
You witnessed justice, baby. That wasn't no body. That was justice. That was the arm of the Lord reached down and thumped him on the head is what happened, brother.
And you know what the crazy part to that story is? So I see it on the news that night, right? The news is there. And they tell the story about what happened. Dude went into the credit union, said he had a gun, robbed it, didn't have a gun. And he did not have a gun. He had an empty bag. The classic paper bag over the hand thing. Goes out, runs up the street, gets shot.
Like the Unknown Comic.
Yeah. Didn't have a weapon, and they still killed him.
That's too bad.
All right. So what happened? You saved a couple lives this week. What happened?
Well, I'm eating lunch with a fire chief friend of mine from a neighboring city, and a waiter comes rushing over and goes, "There's someone collapsed outside the restaurant." And I'm going, oh, great, great. The last two guys you want working on you, something's wrong, is two old fire chiefs, anyway, we're not exactly up on our game, but we go rushing out there, and here's a young man who is out, sure enough, on the sidewalk. It's hot outside. He's laid out on the sidewalk, a young guy. And I immediately get a hit on this. My brain immediately starts working that something's about to happen to me. I can't explain it, but I just know when it's going to hit. And we reached down to reposition the body. This guy, when I grabbed his arm, and it was ice cold, and it's in Texas. It's 90-something degrees out here on the sidewalk, and this dude's ice cold. Well, he's dead. That's what he is.
Wow.
And we hadn't figured this out yet, but as soon as I touched him, it hit me. And a song popped into my head, Jimmy, like I had headphones on. And it was Down in a Hole by Alison. I've talked about that song to you. It's weird how I brought that song up a couple of times, and it hit me right between the eyes when I touched this guy. And all kinds of things started going through my head, that he is trying to kill himself for some reason. Very strange. I started looking in his pocket. Sure enough, he had a vape pen and a couple other things that made us think he was mixing some drugs and had maybe tried to off himself. A lot of things were running through my head. I was trying to block that stuff out and do my job. And by that time, the ambulance comes rolling up. And anyway, long story short, we saved this guy's life.
Wow.
And sure enough, there was a long story that went along with this poor dude. But I had never had a song pop into my head like that.
Wow.
And it's like the song was trying to talk to me about what's going on with this guy. It's very strange.
That's incredible. The only way to tell that story is to live it. You wouldn't, you know what I mean? Because you wouldn't, that couldn't be part of someone's imagination. I mean, you know what I mean? To create it or to, make it, a part of a book or a scene in a movie, that's way out there, man.
Yeah, and there's a lot of things that I have never talked about on here because it would sound even crazier, but I've been around a lot of dead bodies. I'm not bragging about that, but it's just the business I've been in for 40 years. Mm-hmm. And several times people have died while I'm touching them. This guy did.
Wow.
I really think that's how I got this hit. Well, that's happened to me on another. I was holding a guy's hand. He had a DNR. He is just at home dying. And we get called over there. He come to find out he had a DNR, do not resuscitate. And he didn't really have anybody there. We're just holding this guy's hand, and he dies while I've got his hand in my hand. And I just get this feeling immediately. I knew immediately when this guy passed, man. That's very weird.
Right.
And I immediately look up at the ceiling. And my partner is finally going, "What are you looking at?" And I said, "He's up there. He's here. He's still in the room." And I said, "He is up there on the ceiling looking down at us right now." And me and the other paramedic said a prayer for this guy, which is not in the paramedic handbook, by the way, but we decided to do that anyway. And I got a very calm feeling after that, and I felt like he had left the room after we did that. Now, how weird is that? You know, and I'm not a guy that prays a lot, you know, but
right.
I felt like we needed to at that point, you know, just for some reason it felt like the thing to do at the time. But
how do
that
you,
was weird.
Mark, let me ask you, how do you, when is it a physical sensation, like you feel the pulse stop and you know that immediately, or is it something else that's saying to you that this person has just died?
It has nothing to do with my training.
Right.
It has nothing to do with anything medical. And look, man, you know, I've had partners over the years that felt nothing like I do. I mean, look, people that listen to you are weird. We're all weird. Like, we're different. That's why we listen to you, because all of us are different in kind of the same way. I think some of us can sense certain things. If call it being an empath, I think that word may be overused. But I do think I have some of that in me, because I feel those kind of things. Not all the time, but occasionally I do. And when it does, it's really strange.
It's got to be.
I feel like go ahead.
Well, it's strange is probably not the right word, but it's a word that we all understand. But it's got to be something that you'll never forget. You know, I've never.
100%.
Yeah, I've never gone through that. I just haven't. I have not. I hope you know. Well, it depends on what the situation is, you know. But
and I'll say this: it's not altogether. It's not a negative. It's not necessarily negative. It puts you into a world of neither negative or positive. It just is what it is. This is happening, and you sense it, and for some reason your brain is telling you how to interpret this, even though it's very weird.
Right.
It's like I knew that person was still in the room, looking down on us from the ceiling. How do I know that? I don't know, but I do know that I know. My soul and spirit tell me that's true, and I've learned to believe that over the years. So anyway, it's and the third one I was not on, but we had a 3-year-old at the bottom of a pool. And thank God, one of my paramedics was at the pool with his family, not in the capacity working, but he hears a commotion at the pool. He looks over, and they are pulling this 3-year-old who is blue out of the bottom of this pool. He gets over. He has kids that same age, and anyway, he rushes over there and starts doing what he's trained to do, and he gets this kid back. He starts CPR on the 3-year-old with the parents watching. You know, no stress.
Right.
No
stress.
Anyway,
right.
No pressure on that. Anyway, the kid starts crying, and which is what you want to hear. We get him in the ambulance, and by the time we get him to the hospital, this kid is sitting up and talking to his mom, and it's just a tremendous story. I can't imagine losing a 3-year-old. And But anyway, it really impacted his family, and they were very appreciative, and that's why we do this job, is for stories like that. Anyway, that's kind of it.
Let's see here. Shame you think this comment is just by a troller. Man, you know, it's so weird. I when I watch, and thank you for the phone call, Mark. When I watch the chat room and I'm reading it out of context and out of order, I have no idea, man. I can't follow I just can't. I can't. I try. Mark, you're the best, man. And next time you call in, we'll talk some guitars. We'll talk fun stuff.
Okay, bro. Appreciate you, man.
You're the best. I appreciate you more.
All right. Bye-bye.
Mark from Dallas. That was an absolutely incredible phone call. Mark from Dallas out there getting it done. And that was incredible. This is Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. There's some comments that the movie was called Live, Die, Repeat. And that's what I remember. Wash, rinse, repeat. Some are saying that was the tagline for the film, not the original name, or was the original name he got outvoted. I don't know. I remember 2 names for that film. That's me. I could be wrong. It's Mandela Effect. and this is Fade to Black.
This is Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Radio Network.
Your 1 million gigawatt paranormal powerhouse, KUNX-DB, VX.
Right now, EdenPURE is having their famous BOGO deal on Thunderstorm air purifiers. One listener wrote, "It makes a huge difference in our cat litter box stink. I just wish I waited for the BOGO deal. I need another one." Well, now's the time. BOGO is back, so when you buy one Thunderstorm, you get one free. No matter how many you buy 2, you get 2 free. You buy 5, you get 5 free. The Thunderstorm will completely eliminate any odor, even the worst like pets, cigarette smoke, urine, and cooking. Now is the time to order. EdenPURE's buy one, get one free sale is 1 week only. With over 265,000 Thunderstorms sold and countless 5-star reviews, you know it works. People are buying several for around the home and even as gifts. Just go to EdenPureDeals.com and use discount code FADERBOGO. That's FADERBOGO, FADERBOGO. BOGO is buy one, get one free. That's EdenPureDeals.com, discount code FADERBOGO. And as always, shipping is free.
This is Billy Carson, founder and CEO of ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. ForbiddenKnowledge.tv is the fastest growing and one of the most watched networks in the world. And I would like to personally invite you to check out our expanding library of TV, film, lectures, and special presentations. ForbiddenKnowledge.tv has over 6,000 videos covering lost history, health, UFOs, spirituality, and our future. We are committed to our community, and with my personal invitation, you can right now get your own free 30-day membership at ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. Your own library of information starts today at ForbiddenKnowledge.tv.
Because you never got that pony you always wanted. Damn it. Jimmy Church and Fade to Black on the Game Changer Network.
Listen, I know, and you know, that you've always wanted your first crystal skull. Or maybe you're a collector just like me, but you just don't know where to go to find the real thing. Then I met Carolyn Ford over at EinsteinTheCrystalSkull.com. Carolyn is the guardian of Einstein, one of the most respected ancient crystal skulls in the world. All of her unique skulls have been imprinted sitting with Einstein in his sacred lodge and are carved from the finest gemstone and materials. Imprinting is the process of receiving the ancient wisdom from the master skull or master computer, Einstein, the ancient crystal skull. To see Carolyn's current collection of crystal skulls, just visit her store at EinsteinTheCrystalSkull.com or click on the banner over on our site. Don't forget to use the promo code Jimmy at checkout to receive 10% off of your order today. That's promo code Jimmy. Finding your first or next crystal skull is easy. Just visit EinsteinTheCrystalSkull.com.
Hello, I'm Katie, and you're listening to my main man, Jimmy Church, on JimmyChurchRadio.com.
Hi, this is Ray Hobbs here, repping the planet, and you're listening to my good friend, Jimmy Church, Fade to Black.
This is Toby Kebbell. You're listening to JimmyChurchRadio.com. Don't hurt me, Jimmy. I'm only little.
Hey, I'm Adrian Grenier, and this is Ari Gold. We're the Honey Brothers. We're of the Honey Brothers. Hey, I'm Adrian Grenier, and I'm Ari Gold. We're the Honey Brothers, and you're listening to Jimmy Church. The Revolution.
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and you can become an official Fadernight by just going to our membership section at JimmyChurchRadio.com.
Hello, this is Serena Wright Taylor from Conscious Life Expo, and you're listening to Fade to Black with Jimmy Church, who holds the Lucky Pony record for the best astrological chart since 1963. True story.
This is Micah Hanks of the Gralien Report, and you're listening to Jimmy Church on Fade to Black.
Welcome back. Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. Thursday night, Fader Night. Open lines all night long. Your calls, your conversation. UFOs, the paranormal, supernatural, conspiracy, lost history, time travel, food, guitars. Haven't had a good guitar call in a while. Let's see who's up next. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hi, Jimmy. This is Mark from Salt Lake again. How are you doing?
How you doing, Mark?
Oh, how you doing over there?
All right.
Hey, I have a question on the James Webb telescope, and I was thinking about this today, and I was just trying to wrap my head around it. We can see the universe is 13.8 billion years old.
Yep.
And and if the telescope can see that far back, what if they get to that point and it just continues on? That was my first question. My second question is, once the telescope is further out, what if they turned it around? Would we be able to see the creation of our solar system around us and the formation of our planets and Earth?
All right. Okay. So I'll answer both, but let me get to the second one first. In order to see the creation of us, we are 5 billion years old. Our star, our sun, is expected to ride out about 10 billion years. We're about halfway through that. In order to see the creation of our star system, you would have to be 5 billion light years away with the telescope looking at us. You couldn't do it from the James Webb. The James Webb's only 1 million miles away. It's in light years time, I think it's about 20 minutes as opposed to I'm serious about that. You know, whatever no, wait a minute. Mars is 18 minutes. The moon is 5 minutes, and it's 4 times out. Yeah, about 20 minutes. Okay, so but that being said, Mars isn't 20 minutes, it's longer than that. But anyway, if we are looking out 5 billion light years away, then we are seeing that object, whatever it is that we're looking at, let's just say a star, then we are seeing it 5 billion years ago, because that's how long it takes for the light to get to us, right? We're not seeing it as it is today. We're seeing it 5 billion years ago. So for someone to observe our star system created, they would have to be 5 billion light years away with a telescope pointed at us. All right. So does that answer that question?
Yeah, it's just hard to wrap my mind around.
Yeah, it sort of is, but then once you understand it, it's super, super, super easy. In other words, let's talk about something simpler. Okay. The closest star to us is Proxima Centauri. All right. Alpha Centauri, Proxima Centauri. It's 4.5 light years away. So when we observe it, we're seeing it from 4 years ago. Okay? 4 years ago. And so if we go out to Alpha Centauri and we're looking at Earth, we're not looking at Earth in 2022. We'd be looking at Earth in 2018. All right? All right.
Oh, because it's only 4 years have gone by.
Yeah, 4 years. So now our star system is 5 billion years old. So to see it as it was created 5 billion years ago, you would have to be 5 billion light years away with the telescope pointing back. So it's a very easy concept once you understand it. Now, your other question: could we peer past and look past the creation of the universe at 13.8 billion years? we've been trying to do just that. The James Webb Telescope is able to get to the first 80% or so. Okay, so it's 13.8 billion years old, our universe, allegedly. Okay, but let's just go with current math and not get into a debate about that. But it can peer back to about 13 point something billion years ago. It's getting into the 900, 800 million year old range. It doesn't have the ability at this point to get to year zero. All right. So we right now we don't have that ability. Now let's suppose that we did, and we could see the formation of the universe. What would we see? The first 200,000 years or so, extreme brightness and extreme heat. You would be probably looking at white, right? That's all you would see. You wouldn't see, because nothing's formed yet. Stars haven't formed. It's gases and things that are super, super hot. The universe had to cool down, right? Back when the Big Bang happened, it was super hot. It had to cool down and for things to coalesce and start to touch each other and form things. And that didn't happen, but the first 200,000 years or so, it probably, I'm guessing here, but you would probably see an explosion, right? You're going to see white, right? Nothing but brightness. Extreme energy, extreme heat, extreme temperatures. And that's what you would see. Now, seeing beyond that, before the Big Bang, okay, now go with me. I sound like I know what I'm talking about, but Mark, I think I'm pretty close. They say the universe is something from nothing. Right. And we've all heard it, right? That it was just small,
infinite.
Yeah. It's small little thing. And then shapa, right? Everything blows up. Well, if we got to that point where the explosion is happening and it's shrinking and we're able to see the first moments. Now you're talking about literally millionths of a second. You're talking about tiny amounts of time. But to get to that point where we could see the explosion happen, is that possible? If we had a telescope powerful enough, we could. And to see the universe, as it started. Okay, and then past that, right? Past that moment, what was there before? That would be an interesting thing to see, right? And it would answer a lot of questions. Me personally, I just think it was more space, right? I just think there was more universe there. There couldn't have been nothing there. Nothing? No, I don't think so. That's me, but I've done too much research into this, and the more that I think that I learn, the more that I just feel that the real smart people are wrong. And who am I to say that? Because I don't know. I don't know. I haven't studied astrophysics and have multiple degrees and doctorates and dissertations, and no, I don't have any of that. But I play a physicist on TV, right? And
Professor Church.
Yeah, right. And I research this so much, and the more that I think about this, there is no way that our universe is all that there is. It's
I believe that.
Yeah, it can't be that way. It can't. Our creator, the divine, all-knowing, whoever did this has done it forever, right? And whatever, call it God, whatever you want to say, but forever is a long time, and there's just no way that 13.8 billion years is the age of everything and the start of everything, and that's year zero. No, No, I don't buy into that. My brain says that's not the way it is. So I'm going with it. I am. Hey,
Thanks, Jimmy. That's a good answer. Thank you.
I do the best that I can, Mark. Enjoy your weekend, and thank you for the phone call.
There was 3 movies I wanted to tell you that I just briefly watched. And
yes.
Oh, you're still there?
Yeah.
Okay. One of them was The Car. You briefly talked about it a couple of weeks ago. It's got James Brolin in it, and it's about that demon car.
About the demon car?
Yeah, and it's like 1970.
Are you talking about
7 or 70?
Are you talking about Christine by Stephen King?
No, this is another movie. It's called The Car.
Oh, The Car. Okay,
I'm
gonna write that down with James Brolin.
James Brolin. It's really good.
Okay, I got it right here. The Car.
Okay, and the second one is Hangar 18. I watched that the other day.
Mm-hmm. Great movie.
And oh gosh, Capricorn 1.
Oh yeah, Capricorn. I watch that all the time. It's a good movie.
Yeah, I do too.
It's a documentary. Mark, enjoy your weekend, my man. Thank you so much.
You too. Thanks, Jimmy.
Go Beckley Tappy. That's a good phone call right there. Thank you, Mark. And what would we, if we had the power? I mean, that is just a great phone call, right? If we had the power, a powerful enough telescope to keep peering back, and see the beginning of it all, what would we see? And then what if we could rewind the film, right? And get to the Big Bang, and then what was there before? I'm just saying. More stuff. There's no way that there was nothing and that our universe is all there is. That's like, that is as naive as suggesting, until very recently, of course, that we were the only planet with life in everything, and that we were the only star system with planets. And now we know that every star system has planets. We know this, right? And so to suggest that there aren't other planets out there, we know that is a statement without merit. You can't say it because we now know that that's not the case. Well, there's just no way that none, that we are the only universe that has ever been. No, no, because time is infinite. That's it. It out there has been here forever. Forever. There's no telling. I mean, the amount of other universes out there would have to be infinite. That's the only way to look at it. Let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling? You're live. Okay, 3, 2, 1, out. You got to be ready to go. No matter what, you've got to be ready to go. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hi, Jimmy.
Huh?
Malcolm Brenner from a soggy sandbar in Charlotte Harbor. How are you?
I'm doing good. What's on your mind?
Well, I've been talking a lot about dolphins, and I'm trying to get the word out to people that dolphins are intelligent. They're intelligent in the same way we are. The reason why people are not impressed with dolphins, I think, is because they're not technological like we are. We see, an alien, regardless of where they're being portrayed, is always portrayed as having 2 legs, 2 arms, and a head. Sometimes, a few more arms or a few more legs, but that's inconsequential. The dolphin is just like a streamlined torpedo, and all its fingers are fused into a single bone in the fin. But that doesn't prevent them from being really sharp, to the point where I think, and several other authors do too, that they're telepathic. And the scientists just don't want to deal with this. I mean, they're still trying to deal with, John Lilly from the 1960s suggesting that dolphins could be trained to speak English. Well, they can't, but that doesn't mean they don't have their own language. And, if we really wanted to investigate more about UFOs, we would be talking to the dolphins about this, because I'm sure that collectively they know everything that's going on in the sea, everywhere.
Okay, but Malcolm, what do you have a point or a question though?
I'm trying to make my point, which is that we should treat the dolphins as another frontier of consciousness to be explored.
Well,
to be working partners with us.
We should do the same thing with elephants and primates and octopus, and I mean there are so many sentient beings on this planet that have extreme intelligence.
You need to get yourself down to the Dolphin Research Center and go for a swim with these creatures.
I am. I'm going to. Hey, Malcolm. I'm going to do it in 3 weeks.
Really?
That's right. 3 weeks. I'm going to be swimming with the dolphins. Yep.
Where?
It's a secret, but I will, after I'm done, I will post the video, and that's why I'm working out, because I don't want to freak the dolphins out. I'm working out so when I jump in the water, they don't think that they're being invaded by Casper, the friendly ghost. So I'm about 3 weeks. 3 weeks I will be hanging out, communicating, talking to dolphins. Now I'm revealing a pretty cool secret right now live on the air. So I will be able to talk about this with a different point of view and perspective very soon, and I'm excited about it, and I will keep everybody posted. But the who, the where, and how, and all of that right now is completely on the down low. But I'm going to do it in about 3 weeks.
Okay, I just hope that you're not going to that terrible place like Marine Land in Canada or something like that. I hope you're having a swim with some dolphins in a natural or fairly natural environment.
Maybe. Can't say.
They will not hesitate to let you know that once you get in the water with them, you are not in control of the situation.
Oh, I'm sure that's true. Hey, did you see the picture that was released today of the world's smallest species of dolphin?
That's the vaquita, isn't it?
Man, like this big. Couldn't believe it. Cute little dude, man. It was like full grown and very cool.
Extremely endangered.
Yeah, that's what they had said. Yeah, extremely endangered. But yeah, like this big. Hey, Malcolm, enjoy your weekend, my man. Thank you so much.
Okay. Just one warning for you. That movie, The Car, it's a total dud. I tried to watch it. It was filmed on the Navajo Nation where I used to report. It's the most boring movie I've ever seen.
Okay. Well, I'll let you know if it's the most boring movie I've ever seen. I'll talk to you soon.
That's right, you do that.
All right.
Go Becky Tepe.
Go Beckley Tepe. Thank you so much, Malcolm. And I kind of let the cat out of the bag. I was going to surprise everybody after this was done. But I'm going to go swim with the dolphins. I've been really excited about this for a very long time. So I will keep everybody posted. And just you stay right there. Let me bring this in. I'm going to swim with the dolphins. And I've got to 100%, absolutely, without fail, get into shape. Got to do it. I don't want to freak the dolphins out. I want to freak them out. And I'm sore. Oh, yeah. Let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hey, this is Wade.
This is who?
Wade.
Hey, Wade. How you doing, man? Where are you calling from?
Good, man. How are you? Calling from the center of the homeland, Wisconsin.
Wisconsin?
Yes.
What part of Wisconsin?
Right around like the La Crosse area.
Okay.
I don't know if you heard of that place or not.
Of course I have, man. I live down the border there. How many radio hosts can tell you that they've been to the Wisconsin Dells? How many? None.
Not many, but they should.
Yeah, they should. Exactly, man. the Blue Mounds. Oh man, I love that part of the country. It's fantastic. What's on your mind, Wade?
Well, I just had a story for you.
Okay,
kind of a hair raiser.
Let's go.
It was this is years ago now, but I used to work the night shift, the graveyard shift, kind of the spooky shift.
Right.
And I came home from work one morning, and I was just pulling into my driveway. I kind of live on the outskirts of town, next to a cornfield, and I got out of my car, and I turned around, and up in the sky, above my neighbor's trees, there was this green orb.
How big?
Was glowing. And
how big?
And roughly about the size of the sun in midday.
Oh, okay.
So it was pretty close.
Yeah, pretty
but
big.
It didn't make any sound.
Right.
And when you look at the sun, you know how you can see like the heat kind of makes it wavy looking.
Yep.
So this green orb had that same kind of heat wave in front of it, and I couldn't tell what it was. And it was there for maybe a second and a half, and I got chills up and down my spine, and then it was gone, just like that.
Did it fly away?
This thing was moving.
Did it fly away? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow, really? It didn't disappear. It didn't phase out. It actually like flew away.
Yeah, I seen it move.
Whoa.
It was ridiculous.
And
it was crazy.
Now
okay,
keep going.
And it didn't make any noise. That's the thing that really threw me. I'm like, if this is some sort of aircraft, there's usually something. I mean, especially moving that fast. But this is beyond anything that I currently understand that we have technological capabilities of.
Right.
I mean,
now.
So, anyways,
is there more?
No. What were you going to say?
Things like that change people, and I know that I've been changed because of it. And how are you different?
It really opened my eyes to just understanding that there's so much more than we're aware of.
That's right.
I get a lot of the theories that, there's stuff going on with black market budgets and things that the people don't know about necessarily, but maybe organizations do, private organizations. And it just really opens a person's mind up, It makes you think about what is there out there and what can we do? We're so small.
I know, right. And, and so, but to your point, I've got to get to a commercial break. So I'll make this quick. Here's the deal. When you see something like that, and then things aren't what they seem. Things aren't what you've been told. And then you see some doofus talking head on TV, politician, military, skeptic, civilian debunker, whatever, talking smack. And that they're full of it. That's the game changer, right? Where you now know that people are not crazy. And now you are in an involuntary sense, you are now lumped into the crazy crowd. Because you have to say, well, I don't know, man. I saw something once. You got to be, now you're that person, right? You're that person. You're that.
Seeing is believing.
Yeah. You're the crazy person calling into a UFO talk show. You're now that guy. and you know what it was like, 10, 20 years ago, you're driving around and you're listening to me on Coast to Coast take phone calls, right? And hi, you're live on Coast to Coast. Who's calling? Hey, Jimmy, I saw a UFO last night. I got abducted. Really? What happened? And you're driving around in the car listening to that, laughing with your friends. These crazy people, man, they call into this talk show talking about they saw a green orb over their neighbor's house. You're now that person. And you
feels kind of good.
Yeah, it does feel good. It absolutely does feel good. So good on you. And seriously, Wade, don't be a stranger. Thank you for taking the time to call in. And these are crazy times, and things are going to go in a direction now that can't be stopped. And there's going to be a reveal. There's going to be something that is going to go down, and you will be able to say, to your friends and family, I told you, I saw
Pandora's box.
That's it. Be careful what you wish for. Wade, enjoy your weekend, my man. Thank you for the phone call.
Thanks. You too. Love the show. Take care, Jimmy.
Love you right back. And go Beckley Tepe. Thank you for that. This is Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. That was Wade from Wisconsin. It's Thursday night. It's Fadernight. It's open lines all night long. More of your phone calls are next. This is Fade to Black.
Way out here, we listen to Jimmy Church.
You're listening to Fade to Black.
You're listening to Jimmy Church and Fade to Black on the X.
¿Qué tal, mis amigos? Yo soy Mario Carson, el tiburón, y los invito para que escuchen a mi buen amigo Jimmy Church Radio. ¡Claro que sí!
The Believer is the chilling true story of Dr. John Mack, a renowned Harvard psychiatrist and Pulitzer Prize winner.
This is an outreach program from the cosmos to the consciously impaired.
He risked it all to investigate human encounters with aliens. The Believer, Alien Encounters, Hard Science, and the Passion of John Mack. Written by award-winning former New York Times journalist and author Ralph Blumenthal. Now available in paperback from High Road Books.
Introducing the Game Changer blend from River Moon Coffee that delivers a customized blend made specifically for the Fadernauts. If the game is rigged, change the game. It's a bolder cup with some bite. Game Changer is the coffee of choice for those that prefer an organic dark roast that is slightly lighter and milder, but it's still dark. With wild notes of pecans and chocolate with a rich, balanced, full-bodied cup that is roasted to perfection for a great coffee to start your day, as an after-dinner coffee or anywhere in between. Artisan, small batch roasted to perfection. USDA certified organic, all River Moon coffee is freshly roasted and packaged in the USA. Just go to rivermooncoffee.com or click on the banners over on our site and use the promo code F2BBLEND for 15% off of your order today. rivermooncoffee.com. Do you want to be an official Fadernaut? Of course you do. This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black. Just go to our membership section at jimmychurchradio.com. Fadernauts, when you think about the future of our country and where we're headed, do you wonder about the food supply? I do. Disruptions in the food supply chain could be disastrous, and they usually occur with little warning. That's why the smartest thing you can do today is to stockpile emergency food, water, and other essentials. I personally recommend My Patriot Supply. They're the nation's largest emergency preparedness company, serving millions of customers for more than a decade. In fact, they're the only source my family trusts for our preparedness plan. You should too. Right now, save 20% off a full 4-week supply of delicious meals that provide 2,000 calories a day. Saving 20% helps too, doesn't it? Especially now. So go to preparewithjimmy.com and get ready. That's preparewithjimmy.com. There's no time to lose. Do it now.
So, you love talk radio? Then you'll love TalkStreamLive.com. TalkStream Live is always on, 24/7 with the best streaming talk shows. Find your favorite talkers and discover some new ones. It's free, readily available online or on mobile with any smartphone or tablet. Finding your favorite talk shows all in one place has gotten a whole lot easier. Just go to TalkStreamLive.com. Be sure to download the free apps from Google Play or the iTunes App Store.
You listen to us, and we listen to you. And so does the CIA.
Hi, I'm Ray Sobbs, and I'm here to tell you about something I really think you're going to like. The UnX Network is a part of a larger group called UnX Media, and one of the things we offer is the quarterly UnX magazine, which is available both in print and digital formats. This amazing magazine covers all aspects of the unexplained and makes for a great coffee table periodical that is certain to spark enlightening conversations in your living rooms. We invite you to check out the latest digital issue for free. Just go to unxnetwork.com/membership and fill out your free membership with your name and email and become a new free member. The new summer issue is now available, and the theme is Time Anomalies, which includes a feature article written by our managing editor, Lee Spiegel. Just go to unxnetwork.com/memberships. That's unxnetwork.com/memberships and get your free e-copy of the UnX magazine today.
You are listening to Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Network.
Oi, oi, I'm Reese Evans. You're listening to Jimmy Church. This is Revolution. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution is on radio. Ciao.
Welcome back. Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. Thursday night, Fadernight, open lines all night long. Now, I want you to look at the comment right here. From Yeshua. I still remember smoking weed with Jimmy last month at Conscious Life. That was some good weed because it wasn't me. And Conscious Life Expo was in February, 6 months ago. Yeshua, man, puffing on that laboratory weed. Do you remember when people would go, "Hey, man, this is government weed"? Yeah, this is government weed. All right, let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hey, Jimmy, it's Paul from Sunny Grants Pass.
How you doing, Paul? What's on your mind?
Hey, I'm doing great. 3 things. The first one is I know what you're going to find, or they will find, once we pierce the Big Bang.
Pierce the who?
The Big Bang? Once we get past the Big Bang, we can get
What are they going to see?
Kilroy.
Kilroy. Okay, number 2. That was good. That was funny. That was good. That was good.
Number 2, I finished Freddie Silver's book, The Lost Lands.
Oh, man, so good.
It really was. You know, I for once in a while as I was going through it, I would stop and say to myself, well, these are all people after the flood. And then I finally had to say to myself, well, at least he's showing that there are traditions that come from before the flood.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
And
absolutely. Absolutely. It's when I've got like, I think I have 4 of Freddie's books, and I just hear his voice. I do when I'm reading. It's like Freddie's reading to me. So okay, so what was number 3?
Well, number 3 is while you're in Egypt.
Yes.
Are you going to be seeing the pyramid texts?
Yes. We're going to the pyramid text in Saqqara.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have to look at the schedule. We're going to Saqqara. I would have to look at the schedule, but we're going to Edfu and on the Nile cruise, so I'll be able to see the Edfu text, the history text, and see that. But the pyramid text, I don't know.
Okay, well, cool. The reason, and I'll be short. The reason I'm absolutely convinced that the builders of the pyramids and the Sphinx were 26,000 years ago, long time ago, or more.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever we came around and that astronomical arrangement was the same in the sky at one of those junctures. And I'm convinced the Egyptian pharaohs used to erase each other's names off of stuff, claim victories and claim events and successes that they had nothing to do with down through history. You see that. And I'm convinced that somebody took credit for the Sphinx. Somebody took credit for the Great Pyramids. Somebody took credit for some of these other things that gives the Egyptologists the cover to say they're only 4,000 years old.
Very cool.
Really cool.
Yeah. And we don't have a concept of time when it comes to ancient history. We just don't. And remember, like the Edfu text, that in our view, that covers about 10,000 years. Wait a minute. You don't know that, right? And if you go back to somebody like Cleopatra, now you have to look at it in this perspective. Cleopatra at, let's just call it year 0. It's 33 BC, but year 0. Egypt was already 2,000 years old, 3,000 years old, 4,000 years old. We're only in the year 2022. So how is it possible for Cleopatra to understand the age and history of Egypt? Right? How did she have a concept of time to understand what 2,000 or 3,000 years of Egyptian history is? Here in 2022, we barely have a grip on 1900, right? Barely have a grip at 1776, right? And how much history do we not know and have forgotten about in the last 200 years? So put that in context to Egypt and these spans of time, 3,000 years. Really? A culture, a country that has been established for 3,000 years, that is still in existence today? Cairo's still there. The pyramids are still there. We don't have a concept of time. We simply don't. And if you were living during that time period, How is it possible at all? Antony and Cleopatra, right? Antony floats in from Rome. They have kids together. Does Antony have any concept of Egypt being 3,000 years old? Rome at that point was a couple of hundred years old, right? Think about that for a second. And that's how I know my mind is twisted and I'm messed up, but that's how I look at all of this. So no, nobody can tell me that they have an understanding of deep history and what it means year by year. No, they don't. They don't. And there's no way to measure it. And if Egypt is going to scribe onto a wall 10,000 years of their history, how do they know that? How do they know it's 10,000 years and not 30,000 years? How do they know? How do they have that concept of time? So that's it. And that's an oral history that's been man, it's so much older than we have any idea for. But Paul, it's a friggin' great phone call. Thank you, my man.
You're welcome. One last thing. I'm partway through Jaws, Serpent in the Sky.
Oh, man. Woo! Powerful stuff.
That's kind of
there.
what my brain's doing.
Yeah. Powerful stuff there. Powerful stuff. I've read that book at least 3 or 4 times. At least. It's a great book. Great book. God rest.
Well, you have a great evening, and by golly, you just keep on keeping on. Man.
I'll talk to you, Paul. Have a great night, man. It's time to fade to black. Go Beckley Tappy.
Copy and Grants Pass anytime you want it.
Yeah, you know I'm doing it. I'll talk to you, Paul. Thank you so much. It's a great phone call, Paul from Grants Pass. And we don't have a concept of time when it comes to ancient history. We don't. We simply don't. We don't. And I'm looking at the different text and things, going back, the Narmer Palette. It's called Narmar, the Narmer Palette. Until that was unearthed in Egypt, in the Upper Nile, which is the lower, but Upper Nile, which had it's 2-sided. You can look it up. It's fantastic to look at. That's how they established 3000 BC and the first king of Egypt, uniting Upper and Lower Egypt at 3000 BC. And it's like, how do you know this? Where does this year? It's 3000, right? It's just a round number. Where do you get this? I'm just saying. All right. Let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hi, it's Jessica Rodriguez.
Hi, Jessica. How are you?
Oh, what was it? Eye roll.
Huh?
Did you just eye roll me?
No. I rolled Paul at Grants Pass. I rolled Egyptologist. Remember, you're on a time delay.
Yeah, I just thought of that. But hey, question about your theory about the wormhole earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you went in and then you came back out, would you still have your knowledge? Do you think that's how the skulls got so big back then and people lived for thousands of years on the king's list?
Mm-hmm.
And they just went in one wormhole and came back out, and they just kept doing it when they would get old. And that's how they lived thousands of years. And then their brains would expand with all their knowledge.
I'm just saying.
Do you think that's how they got their big skulls?
Jessica, why do you think I said it? I mean,
yes, that's exactly why I'm asking.
Yeah,
I'm like, you know what?
I mean,
I gotta ask.
It's a crazy thought. Now, okay, so this is where I want you to just think, and everybody else, just go with me on this. Just all right. Now, I'm not saying I'm right. I just want people to think, and this is my thought processes in all of this. All right, but let's talk about something specific. We're talking about this technology right now, wormholes and theories and Kip Thorne and movies and Interstellar and the wormhole and Contact, right? And we're coming up with these ideas and these theories today, and the math is supporting it. All right. And we're working on it. Okay. All right. And we've managed
I'm actually watching Dark right now, the series on Netflix that you said.
Yeah, the German
I'm on
one.
season 2.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Now stay with me, Jessica. Stay focused. Focus.
Yep.
Not.
I'm focusing.
Okay. No Dark, no TV series. Just focus. Listen.
Okay.
All right. So we've had real science. I'm just saying in a concept, like real science for 300 or 400 years. You know, we go back to Isaac Newton, maybe Copernicus and Galileo and things. So realistically speaking, 300 years, right? And we were able to, in 300 years, get to these ideas about wormholes and things today. Theory of relativity, special relativity. Okay. But if another civilization prior to ours was able to develop and go through science and go through all of this and maybe surpass where we are now, right? Now, maybe it's Atlantis. Maybe it's something older, but an older culture that came and went on this planet. And they were able to get to these ideas of a wormhole and combining the entrance and the exit, and you go in one side, you come out the other side younger. What if somebody was able to do that already on this planet? I'm just suggesting here.
Who says they ever left? Who says they're not still here?
Jessica, you're getting ahead of your skis. So, if all of this is possible, and then we go and we look at these different stages of us, like Egypt, or, you know, look at Göbekli Tepe, these things that we know about, they were taught. So is it possible that what's the word that I want to say something that doesn't sound too crazy, but let's go with immortals, those that were able to do what we're talking about, right? And to live for thousands of years and acquire knowledge. And then they go out and they share this knowledge. And now they don't have, because Atlantis fell into the ocean, they don't have the machines. They don't have the ability to do what they were doing in the past, but they shared that knowledge with us, right? And they are no longer. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? There's nothing. People need to start thinking like this. And there is something that is going to expose itself that is going to show that all of this is going to be true. And I think that, or possible. And I think that history, Jessica, is probably our crazy ass community, right? Where we're thinking outside of the box. I think history is going to look back at us and we are going to be correct. All right? And I'm going to leave it at that. Jessica, enjoy your weekend. Thank you so much.
Okay.
You're the best. Don't change.
Thanks.
I'm expecting my gift in the mail. I'll talk to you.
Yes, I just got it today. So
Okay,
I'm going to go to the post office tomorrow.
I can't
send
wait.
it out.
I
And you
can't
should
wait.
get it.
Can't wait. Can't wait. I'll talk to you, Jessica.
It's not something I made. It's just something I bought. I haven't gotten to making
Jessica,
this stuff yet.
don't spoil the surprise.
Okay,
Don't spoil it.
All right. I'm not spoiling it. I'm just saying. I saw this, thought of you, had to get it, so I'm sending it. So it's coming.
Have a great weekend, Jessica. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you too.
The best right there, Jessica Rodriguez. Ah, man. I got something coming in the mail. Oh, I wanted to show. I'll do it after the break. I have a friend, Rodney, OG Fadernight, and every time I go to a conference, he's there, and then he will always show up with gifts. It's what he does. That's Rodney's deal, right? That's Rodney's deal, and he showed up at Disclosure Fest, And okay, so let me see here. I think I've got this correct. Okay, all right. I don't know. All right, let me do this. I don't. Anyway, I'm trying to find Sherman's call. Did Sherman ever disclose? Everybody that's on hold, stay right there. I'm trying to get to Sherman. Did he ever say what area code he was calling in from? I got all wrapped up in the phone calls and I can't scroll back. All right. And Rodney gifted me two, but specifically, I'm going to bring in one shirt that he gifted me. He is the absolute very best. You guys are going to dig it. Okay, so with that, let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hey, Jimmy, it's Carrie in Palm Springs. How are ya?
I'm doing good, Carrie. How are you?
I'm good, thanks.
What's cracking?
Great evening of calls. Great Fadernight so far. Interesting story about the gentleman that called in from Wisconsin regarding the green orb.
Did you think of Sarah? Did you think of Sarah Ann?
I did.
I did too.
I did.
And I was wondering when Sarah Ann going to call. I saw that green orb. I was in that green orb. I was there. I saw it. So Sarah Ann called. Okay.
You have a lot of Fadernauts in Wisconsin.
You notice that too, right?
Yes.
You know why? Because for 6 months of the year, they don't leave the house. They're snowed in. You've got 18 feet of snow outside. And that's why. That's why they're like, man, I'm at the end of the internet. Been in the house for 6 months. I need to find something. Oh, Fade to Black. It's still there.
No.
Okay. Yeah. I know that's what it is. I'm not. Come on, man. All right. So what's on your mind tonight? What's going on?
So interesting regarding the green orb. A very good friend of mine told me this story several years ago. He grew up in Iowa next to a cornfield. And it was in the mid-70s. He was driving his Volkswagen Bug from where he was working to home. And it was a stretch of kind of desolate highway, a lot of cornfields. And he kind of had this sense something was following him or something was watching him. He couldn't really pinpoint it. But when he got home, he noticed a green orb, very similar description as the gentleman from Wisconsin. He said it was almost like it was translucent, like chartreuse green, and that it was kind of flowy. The other caller described it as waves, but my friend described it kind of like almost like it was lava lamp-ish inside, kind of squishy and liquid and moving. And when he ran into the house to tell his dad, and he went upstairs and they looked out his sister's bedroom, and the green orb was sitting right in front of the window before they had opened it up to look outside. And then I guess it like shot up and disappeared. But so this is a very similar green orb story. And this was from the 70s when my friend saw this.
You know, I remember one of the man, I can't remember his name, but he was a cop, and he used to call into Fade to Black all the time, years and years and years ago. And he told this story about the orb when he was on patrol, and he had his partner was with him, and this orb was coming up the street about the height of the telephone poles, coming down, and inside of the orb, he could see a little dude controlling it. Wow. Fantastic story. And then right after that, I'm going 2013, 2014, like right in there. We're 2022, so it is 8 years ago. And right after that, another caller called in, and I can't remember what state, but it was remote, like out in the country. They lived on a street that had an empty lot down at the end, a few houses. Anyway, something going on outside. They go out in the front yard, and rolling up the street rolling is a giant orb. It's lit up, it's white, and it rolls past them. And inside of the orb is a dude controlling it.
No.
And it rolls up the street and they follow it and it goes into the empty lot down at the end of the block where there's no house. And in the empty lot was a flying saucer parked. Orb goes in, flying saucer. Yeah, it was a great phone call. And yeah. And so this whole orb discussion thing, especially the little dudes, I've never seen a dude inside an orb. Seen a lot of orbs. I haven't seen the dude, but it seemed like we had a run of dudes inside of orbs. And
that was some, that was, from a galaxy that was 10 million, light years away. And, the other visitors are from the ones that are 5 million, because we get a lot of visitors.
Oh, man.
So I'm loving your Monday solo shows. What was it? Egypt first, then exoplanets, then time travel.
Right.
Can you give us a hint for your next installment?
I've got I have like 20 or 30 things that I'm working on at the same time. And so we will see. I kind of go in and look at the data, the illustrations and images that I have. And, because I compile the stuff all the time. When I research the subject, I get a folder going, I get the data going in, I write down my thoughts, I'm collecting stuff, and I bounce around because I don't ever want to forget it. I don't want to just mark a website. Right. You never go back. You can bookmark a website, but how often do you go back to it? Right? You don't.
Right.
So while I'm in thought, I'm accumulating. And so I'll go in over the weekend and take a look at a few things. One of the thoughts.
Can I put a bug in your ear for one that just an idea you might want to consider?
Can I stop you?
No. No, you can't.
Okay.
How about fast radio bursts?
Yeah, FRBs are on the radar for sure. And there's a lot of reasons for that. And we can go back to the WOW signal. But there's other radio transmissions that happened before that. We can go all the way back to Tesla. And yes, I do have an FRB folder that is ready to go. What I was thinking about now, this Monday, or whatever, have pretty good thing together on infusion and the ages of stars and how that process works. And now it seems dry, but not. This is because people don't understand, and but talk about this money. Honestly speaking, inside the sun, we really wonky.
It is. You're kind of cutting out.
Yeah, no, I saw my internet.
Okay,
wonky.
Now you're clear. You're kind of cutting out. I couldn't hear you for the last 10 or 15 seconds.
Okay, so how do we really know what's inside the center of the sun? How do we really what's at the center of the earth? How do we actually, when we can only drill down so far, right? So
correct.
How do we, you know what? It's been repeated over and over and over again that we just believe it, right? It becomes dogma. It becomes dogma. And if you don't understand what the definition of dogma is, go and look it up. But I'm not going to waste time on that. But here's the deal. When I'm 58, everybody knows how old I am, right? Okay. You are much, much younger than I am. But let me say this. When you were a kid, or anybody else, when you were a kid and you always looked at, you saw the illustration, the cutaway of our Earth, and it's like a corner of the Earth is cut out. They show the center of the Earth and the layers, and they name the layers. Man, I was like
see it in my mind.
Right. I'm 5, 6, 7 years old, and I looked, and at that age, I would go, how do they know this? Who's been there?
Right.
How do they know this? I mean, really, how do they know this? It's somebody giving their best guess. That's fine.
It is.
But it's also the same situation with our sun. Our sun is right there. Now, how do we
and what
really
makes
know?
The sun, boil over and have these ejections and these random, it's kind of, it's gaseous and it's molten, but
sunspots.
Yeah, sunspots or flares
right.
So, I mean, what is the condition of the sun, the inner core of a star, and they're also different.
Yeah, they're all
that
different.
Would be fascinating.
And they're all at different stages. So,
yes,
I think I'm going to do a breakdown of that. And then I'm going to give my version of it. The doofus version, right? The Jimmy Church version, because I have not been to school and studied astronomy and astrophysics and cosmology. I haven't. I just study this a lot. And I constantly go back to, it's a good idea. It's a good theory. It makes sense. But how do you really know? How do you really know? You don't. You don't.
You don't. And then there's the theory of the heliosphere, and that, talking about exoplanets, and for instance, our solar system, our planets are sort of in this bubble, if you will, called the heliosphere, that's from the sun, and the sun's light mixed with the weight of the planets creates gravity. So it's light and the density and the pull and the push of that gravity that makes our conditions of our particular solar system unique to our solar system. Not to say the same math and principles wouldn't be applied to other galaxies, solar systems, and what have you, but the conditions and the gravitational pulls will be slightly different based on how bright the sun is, the amount of light, how it's interacting with the other planets and bodies, and their density and mass. And so that would be interesting when you go through sun, talking about heliospheres and how light interplays and really creates gravity.
All right. Well, I just blew past a commercial break because it was you, Carrie. So I've got to get to that.
Oh, thanks, Jimmy. Okay.
Okay. But I'll
well,
say
we
that.
Can't all wait until your next Monday show. So keep it up. Thank you.
So this is the deal. I will not mention heliosphere once. I'll talk to you.
No.
Have a great weekend. Thank you, Carrie from
You
Palm
too, Jimmy.
Springs.
Take care.
This is Fade to Black. I'll be right back.
Hi, everybody. This is Rob Halford, the Metal God, on JimmyChurchRadio.com.
Your 1 million gigawatt paranormal powerhouse, KUNX-DB, VX.
Right now, the world couldn't be more chaotic. History shows us what gold does when the world goes crazy. It goes up in value. Right now, we're in unprecedented times. The pandemic, the war in Ukraine, the devaluation of the U.S. dollar. Gold and other precious metals are a defense measure against the hyperinflation that's happening right now. So, what can you do to protect yourself? Call my friend Alan Johnson at United Gold Group. He's dedicated to helping people secure their retirement income. He'll help you with gold, with silver, and other precious metals, and show you how to set up your own self-directed IRA. Safe and secure, United Gold Group makes gold ownership easy and affordable. There couldn't be a better time, so call now and get a silver American Eagle proof set with a qualified IRA. Call 800-753-8534. That's 800-753-8534 or visit UnitedGoldGroup.com. Reach out to my friend, Alan Johnson.
The Believer is the chilling true story of Dr. John Mack, a renowned Harvard psychiatrist and Pulitzer Prize winner.
This is an outreach program from the cosmos to the consciously impaired.
He risked it all to investigate human encounters with aliens. The Believer, Alien Encounters, Hard Science, and the Passion of John Mack. Written by award-winning former New York Times journalist and author Ralph Blumenthal. Now available in paperback from High Road Books.
Are you ready to read about true paranormal events? Unx Media publishes nonfiction books about UFOs, ghosts and haunted places, time anomalies, cryptid creatures, and more. Just like KUNXDB Radio, it's all about unexplained phenomena. Visit www.unxmedia.com to see our list of great book titles by Debbie Ziegelmeyer, Gene Walker, Devin Listrom, Wayne Lawrence, Bill Spicer, and yours truly, Margie Kay. That's unxmedia.com.
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and I only drink Fade to Black blend coffee from Rivermoon. Just click on the Rivermoon Coffee banner at jimmychurchradio.com. Promo code F2B Blend.
This is the only way forward.
This is Fade to Black. Make contact.
Join us August 5th through the 7th, 2022 at the Drury Conference Center in Cape Girardeau, Missouri for the launch of the Midwest Conference on the Unknown. There are 3 interactive days packed with vendors, exhibitors, and nationally recognized researchers presenting on unknown topics like UFO UAP phenomenon, ghosts and Bigfoot, and Missouri's own BOGO. The Missouri Monster, Cape Girardeau, has long been one of the most sought-out areas for UFO enthusiasts since the 1941 UFO crash. And now is your chance to be a part of the inaugural conference. Visit cape-events.com or follow us on Facebook at Midwest Conference on the Unknown for more information. Ex-listeners get 30% off by using the promo code XVIP. That's cape-events.com, promo code XVIP.
When you take the beans from Central America with dashes of Indonesian and African mixed in and then roast it to the dark side of Fade to Black, you create the ultimate brew of fringe. Introducing the Fade to Black blend from Rivermoon Coffee. Yes, Rivermoon's darkest customized roast was created for the love of Fade to Black. The alchemy of masterful roasting and smoking the beans is in every sip of this full-bodied, dark Java. I need my coffee dark, deep, with distinct bittersweet chocolate highlights, just like the bunker. Leaning further into the darkness of the roast is Fade to Black blend from Rivermoon Coffee. Just click on the banner at jimmychurchradio.com and use the promo code F2B Blend for 15% off of your order today.
You want to know a secret? I love ponies. I really love ponies. I'm serious. I couldn't stay sane without ponies to brush.
Why Fade to Black? Because you never got that pony, damn it.
This is Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Radio Network.
Welcome back, Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. Thursday night, Fadernight, open lines all night long. Great night of phone calls. I just love hanging out Thursday night. we should we do like Fadernight 4 nights? Just 4 nights of open lines. I would love that so much. Oh man. 323-275-9695. Got a bunch of calls on hold. I'm gonna get to everybody. 818-921-6929. And let's see who's up next. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hello, is this Sherman?
Can
you hear me, Jimmy?
Would you like to talk to Jimmy?
Yes.
You would? How much would you pay to talk to Jimmy right now?
I'll give him some free tickets. How's that?
What's going on, Sherman? How you doing, my man?
I'm doing good, man. Doing good. How are you? Good?
Man.
Seems like it.
Yeah. Well, now that you finally got through on the phone, there's a bunch of people on hold, right? They're going,
okay.
Wait a minute. I mean, how does Sherman get bumped to the front of the line? How? Yngwie Malmsteen. That's how. That's how Sherman. That's how Sherman. That's how Sherman gets bumped to the front of the line.
It's crazy. Right before I called you, I called the wrong number, and I go, "Is this Jimmy Church?" She goes, "No, this is for mental health. Do you need any help?" I'm like, "What?
What?
What? This is crazy." No, I got the wrong number by 1 digit.
Oh, that is too funny. That is too funny. Can I share a story about you with everybody real quick? I mean, it's just brief.
Of course. Yeah.
Okay. So
cool.
I go to see Yngwie Malmsteen, and I'm sitting in this little backstage area with a couple of friends of mine, and just minding my own business. Sherman comes up. He's a good-looking, tall. He looks important, right? So he comes up, and I'm sitting there, and I don't know who Sherman is, right? I've heard of Sherman, but we've never met. And Sherman comes up and goes, "There he is." And I look up, and you stick out your hand, and you go, "Jimmy, it's so good to meet you." And I stand up. I said, "It's good to meet you too. You are." And he said, "I'm Sherman." I was, oh. But you said to me at that moment, you go, "Dude, I'm a huge fan of the show. I watch all the time. I listen all the time." And it was such an honor. And you took me by surprise. But yes, you are a Fadernaut. You may run this club, and and all of that stuff. But that you're a Fadernaut. And
definitely
it was, and you go, "Man, can we take a selfie?" I'm like, "Man, you can do whatever you want, Sherman."
Yeah.
But I had no idea. And it was such an honor to meet you that night. And you rolled out the red carpet and things for me and my friends and stuff. But man, thank you so much for that. And
you're welcome. It was, I had more fun meeting you that night than most of the people that I work with sometimes. It was a pleasure seeing you and finally meeting you. And because I watch your show so much, and it's like, wow, he's here. How cool is that? So it's cool.
Yeah, totally. And can I want to say one other thing, and then I know that you've got something you want to share with us, but
yeah,
didn't Yngwie turn out to be a cool dude? Right?
Yeah. I heard so many things. Oh, Sherman, watch out. He's not that nice of a guy. And but he was actually the opposite of what everybody told me.
It was crazy. I was like nervous, right?
Yeah.
Because
everybody was nervous because he has such a reputation of being a mean guy, but he wasn't at all. He was actually really nice and let people come in and take pictures. And
man, he was
awesome. Pretty cool.
He was awesome, man. He was just awesome.
He was.
The opposite.
Great show that night.
It was a great show. And I remember walking away going, "What's all the drama about Yngwie about?" Because that dude that I just hung out with was pretty dang cool. And so there you go. All right.
Yeah, you hear stories about people, but they're not true all the time, right? So you just go. You got to meet them first.
You got to meet them first. So there you go. All right. So what's on your mind tonight, Sherman?
Well, I was watching your show last night about the dreams, right?
Right.
And I want to tell you this story that came to my mind. And there's a friend, I called her. I hope she's watching the show. I go, "I want to tell the story about us." And I've known her since I was like 5 years old. And basically, she was like my first girlfriend, when you're a little kid, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But we never became girlfriend or boyfriend. And her dad worked at the city yard, and he kind of was scared me all the time. I was like 7 years old, okay? So we grew up together a little bit, and she disappeared when I was like in 9th grade. You know, I haven't seen her in 25 or 30 years till this happened. And what happened is I had a dream, and what happened is her dad was in the dream, and he goes, Sherman, remember this phone number, call this phone number. He kept saying, call this phone number. And this is, like I said, 20 years, 30 years later since I'd last seen her or heard from her or anything. And I woke up and I told my wife, I go, I had the weirdest dream. Cindy's dad was in my dream, and he told me to call this number. So I actually wrote the number down.
Shut up.
And I didn't pay attention. Yeah, I wrote the number down. I think it was the South Pasadena number, 799 or something like that. And I waited like 4 or 5 days, went by, and I'm like, you know what? I saw it on my desk. I'm going to call this number. So I called the number, and her mom answers the phone.
Shut
right?
up.
Her mom's like 80 years old, 75, well, probably about 85 now. I'm not really sure. But she answers the phone. I go, is this the Lucero residence? And she goes, yes, it is. And I'm like, oh, is Cindy Lucero? Does she live there? I should say her first name. Well, anyway. But anyway, she goes, yeah, hold on. She's right here. And she picks up the phone. And we reunite, and we're still friends again. You know, after
no, Sherman,
20 years. I swear to God.
I'm not buying
I swear.
the story.
You could ask her. That's why I told her, watch the phone, because she'll even tell you, this is, I go, Cindy, I got a dream from your dad, and he told me this number. And he goes, Sherman, she tells me right after I told her that, she goes, my dad just died a week ago.
What?
And I'm like, what? Yeah. She told me my dad just passed away. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, you know. And I went over and saw her, and we reconnected, and we're still friends to this day, you know, over 57 years.
Wow.
So yeah, but it's a true story. And when I saw her talking about that last night, it hit me. I'm like, you remember that dream I had about my old girlfriend, you know, when we were little, 7 years old? And she was blown away by it, because I told her, I go, I can't believe I'm talking to you right now, because I literally had this dream that your dad, and I was always scared of the guy, you know, as a little kid. That's talking to my daughter.
Right.
You know, he's a big city worker, you know, like, oh, okay. So, but yeah, it's a true story, and it's always bothered me. How does that happen? And when I was watching your show last night, did you guys talk about something like that at all? Because I missed a little bit of it.
A little, a little bit, in that we talked about the ability, or the lack of the ability, to read something in your dreams, right? And you know, read words, read stuff that allegedly you can't do that in your dreams.
I had it in my mind. It was just, he said it, and it stuck in my mind when I woke up.
In your case, it's a little bit different, right? And you were told a phone number. Now, here's the thing. You remembered it, and you wrote it down. I think that most people, maybe even including me, you're not going to call the number, right?
I know. I didn't want to call the number. That's why it sat there for days, like 5 or 6 days. And then I finally, okay, I'm going to try this. And then I was blown away. It's like, wow, you know, how can that be? How can that happen?
You know, yeah. Did you hear last night in the show, Kelly and I traded the way that we fall asleep, right? And she gave me her version, which was walking down 10 stairs and thinking about each one, and get to the last stair, and then jump into a giant feather bed, right? Okay.
Right.
Now, listen to me. Listen to me. I did it. I swear to God.
Really?
I didn't get to, I don't think I made it to the bottom stair. I was out.
Wow.
And
really?
Out. I was going to call Kelly today. I'm going to call her tomorrow and tell her about that. Now, I'm wondering if she did mine, which is, you know, to crawl through the open window. And when you finally get through the window, you're asleep and you're dreaming. And both processes are kind of similar, right? Hers is walking down 10 stairs and jumping into bed. Mine is, you know, fighting to crawl through a window. Kind of the same processes. But I did hers last night. Dude, out. out.
All right.
Out.
You got to have her back on. She's fantastic.
Oh, she is the best. There's a lot of dream researchers out there, and
but I've never had a dream since or before like that, you know, where somebody tells you to to do something, and it was and it worked, and it actually came true. Like
wow,
this guy was talking to me like he was right in front of me. It was weird.
Wow.
And it actually worked. And I hope she texts on. I hope she's watching your show, because she doesn't know I watched. I texted her and called her,
right,
and left her a message, and she could verify what happened. I think it's been like maybe 20 years ago that happened.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And we reconnected through her mom her mom's still alive, and she's taking care of her mom, and it's like we still talk all the time. It's really crazy.
So what is it, really quick before I let you go, what is it like to, because the Sherman is, he's in management at the Canyon Club out of Montclair, which is a humongous dinner theater, which mainly focuses on pretty good size music acts, and so anybody that is out on tour, they go through, and you guys have, I think, 3 of them. There's one down the street from me. There's Montclair, and then there's
like 7. There's 7 of them. They're all over the place. CanyonClub.com. You can check it out.
Right, and so. These acts that come through, what's it like to meet? I mean, like every single night, right?
I asked myself that same question. I feel blessed. I've had a hard life when I was young, and I've always wanted to be backstage since I was a kid. I remember having a harmonica in my hand when I was like 7 years old. Always wanted to be a singer, but I never. After working with bands when I was younger, like a roadie type, moving all gear and moving everything around, I realized, okay, well, this is cool, but it got me to there. That's another reason how I got this job. Something told me to go to this place in Pasadena, which was called The Rose, and just go there because it's a new place. It just opened. And I went there at 10 o'clock at night, on a Saturday or Sunday night. It wasn't open yet. The place hasn't opened. And I meet this lady. She goes, "Come on in. Nobody's here, but you can come in and check out the place." And I go, "Oh, this is really cool." And then she goes, "You should apply here, and you'll get the job." So I applied on a Monday, and I got the job the same day. I never saw the lady again, and I got hired right away. And it was like ever since then, I've been there for 8 years now.
Right.
And basically being backstage, meeting all these people, it just seems like I was meant to do it. It's like, it's not like, I don't know. It's just, I was blessed to do it. And it's been working out so far really well with they're like family now. It's kind of the same bands come through. They come through
right
every 3 or 4 months, but it's like family now. And all I can say is I just feel blessed, or I might be half alien.
Right.
To be able to do this job, you do have to be a little bit half alien.
Now, did George Lynch just came through? Did he also play Montclair?
Not yet, but I've worked with him a couple times before. He's awesome. Yeah, George Lynch is fantastic.
When's he playing in Montclair? Because he just played Santa Clarita.
Yeah, a lot of them play the Santa Clarita or Gore Hills. A lot of the big bands up there, or more of the rock bands, are up in that area. My area, we get a few of them. They're working down, but with the pandemic, I'm having, coming back. They say I'm having a lot of people postpone shows, so that's happening right now. But hopefully everything will get back in normal shape.
Well, I want to come out and see George Lynch. That's all. And
that'd be great.
Is he coming through Montclair? Do you know?
Well, if he's at Agora, you're closer to those areas out by where you're at. If he's out there, let me know, and I'll meet you out there, and we'll go together.
Yeah. Okay, we could do that. For sure.
I'll check on the schedule. I got Michael Schenker coming to in Beverly Hills, coming to the Saban Theater, which we also are part of the Saban Theater in Beverly Hills.
What?
He'll be there October 1st.
Oh,
so that's closer.
I'm going to be in Egypt October 1st.
That's right. But they come back around all the time, Jimmy. You just let me know, we'll go.
Man,
I'll give you a
hold on.
You know what
it's
I mean.
like Egypt, Michael Schenker. That's a
Egypt.
coin toss. Man, I got to see Michael Schenker. And so
he might be coming to the Canyon too. Once they start there, they go to all the other clubs.
Right.
Most of them.
Oh man,
I'll let you know. I'll definitely let you know.
I'll bring my Michael Schenker Flying V, and he can sign it.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Ingve signed that guitar for you because he doesn't do that. They say,
man,
they say he wouldn't do that kind of thing, and he did. No problem.
I got it hanging up right over there, and
he had no problem helping you out and signing in. He was a really cool guy.
Man, it was so funny when he looked at the mini Strat. He looked at it, and I forget it. Oh, you know what was funny about Ingve is when I brought up UFOs. And
you did?
You weren't with us? You
No,
weren't.
I probably wasn't. I wasn't around him too much.
Oh, okay, all right. Because would have been funny to get your reaction, because when I brought up UFOs to Ingve, he paused and he looks at the sky. He's looking at the ceiling, and he's thinking for a second, like 5 seconds. Ask Dwayne.
He did.
It was really trippy. So he was getting ready to, and then you know what? He pulled back. Okay. He was going to say, I could tell, and he was like, and I'm not going to do this. I'm not. But he wanted to say something. I just don't know what it was. And it was a bizarre. Ask Dwayne. When I asked Dwayne Ingve's reaction when I said, "Yeah, man, this, I'm the UFO guy," or whatever I said. But Ingve,
he probably thought you found out about him and you freaked him out.
He was like, and you could tell he was like doing this thing, and then he was like, "Okay, I'm back." Yeah. It was epic, man. It was epic. Sherman, you're the absolute very best. I can't wait to come out and hang out with you, man. And there's a few things. So I'll keep an eye on your schedule, but you can always come out here too as well. All right.
Definitely. Thank you so much for taking my call, Jimmy. I appreciate you.
You're the best,
and
Sherman.
Thank you for the nice comments. You got great fans on your show. I love your show. Fantastic. It gets me through every day.
You're a rock star in the Fadernight world. You know this, right?
Thank you. No,
I'm looking at the love. I'm looking at the love.
It's so crazy how many people know me and I don't know them. It's like, oh, where do you know me from? Well, probably the Canyon or the Rose or somewhere. It's like, but it's so your fans are great people to me, and they always say hi, and I always say hi. It's great, That's why I don't watch TV. I just watch podcasts.
I'll talk to you, man. Hey, Sherman, enjoy your weekend, man.
You too. You have a good one. I'll talk to you later. Thank you.
You are the absolute best, as Sherman from the Canyon Club and the rock star of the chat room. Sherman, you're the absolute very best. I need to take a break. Let's get that in. This is Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. Thursday night, Fader night. We've got one segment left of phone calls. Got calls on hold. We'll get to everybody when we come back after this short break. Sherman, man. That just rocked. That's a crazy dream and phone call right there. I'll be right back. Stay with us.
You're listening to Jimmy Church and Fade to Black on the X.
Hey, what up, y'all? It's your girl Vivica Fox here, and you are listening to my boy, Jimmy Church, on JimmyChurchRadio.com.
Despite popular opinion, reading a book will not make you smarter.
But listening to Jimmy Church will.
Right now, EdenPURE is having their famous BOGO deal on Thunderstorm air purifiers. One listener wrote, "It makes a huge difference in our cat litter box stink. I just wish I waited for the BOGO deal. I need another one." Well, now's the time. BOGO is back, so when you buy one Thunderstorm, you get one free. No matter how many you buy 2, you get 2 free. You buy 5, you get 5 free. The Thunderstorm will completely eliminate any odor, even the worst like pets, cigarette smoke, urine, and cooking. Now is the time to order. EdenPURE's buy one, get one free sale is 1 week only. With over 265,000 Thunderstorms sold and countless 5-star reviews, you know it works. People are buying several for around the home and even as gifts. Just go to EdenPureDeals.com and use discount code FADERBOGO. That's FADERBOGO, FADERBOGO. BOGO is buy one, get one free. That's EdenPureDeals.com, discount code FADERBOGO. And as always, shipping is free.
This is Billy Carson, founder and CEO of ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. ForbiddenKnowledge.tv is the fastest growing and one of the most watched networks in the world. And I would like to personally invite you to check out our expanding library of TV, film, lectures, and special presentations. ForbiddenKnowledge.tv has over 6,000 videos covering lost history, health, UFOs, spirituality, and our future. We are committed to our community, and with my personal invitation, you can right now get your own free 30-day membership at ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. Your own library of information starts today at ForbiddenKnowledge.tv.
Your 1 million gigawatt paranormal powerhouse, KUNX-DB, VX.
Are you ready to read about true paranormal events? UNX Media publishes nonfiction books about UFOs, ghosts and haunted places, time anomalies, cryptid creatures, and more. Just like KUNX-DB Radio, it's all about unexplained phenomena. Visit www.unxmedia.com to see our list of great book titles by Debbie Ziegelmeyer, Gene Walker, Devin Listrom, Wayne Lawrence, Bill Spicer, and yours truly, Margie Kay. That's unxmedia.com.
Introducing the Game Changer blend from Rivermoon Coffee that delivers a customized blend made specifically for the Fadernauts. If the game is rigged, change the game. It's a bolder cup with some bite. Game Changer is the coffee of choice for those that prefer an organic dark roast that is slightly lighter and milder, but it's still dark. With wild notes of pecans and chocolate with a rich, balanced, full-bodied cup that is roasted to perfection for a great coffee to start your day, as an after-dinner coffee or anywhere in between. Artisan, small batch, roasted to perfection. USDA certified organic, all Rivermoon coffee is freshly roasted and packaged in the USA. Just go to rivermooncoffee.com or click on the banners over on our site and use the promo code F2BBLEND for 15% off of your order today. rivermooncoffee.com.
Are you intrigued by Paranormal Talk Radio? You'll love the new Paranormal Radio app from TalkStream Live. You'll find a great selection of talk shows covering UFOs, ghosts, strange phenomena, and much more. Download the Paranormal Radio app now and start listening to the very best in paranormal talk entertainment, including the network you're listening to right now. The Paranormal Radio app, free in Google Play and the iOS App Store.
This is Erica, Brittany, Gabby, and you're listening to JamieChurchRadio.com.
It's not a lifestyle we chose. We were born this way.
This is KJCR at JimmyChurchRadio.com.
Welcome back. Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. Thursday night, Fader Night, open lines. Got one segment left. Great conversations tonight. I can't believe Sherman came through. That was absolutely amazing. Sherman, you are a true rock star, my man. And all right. One segment left. Let's see who is up next. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
What's up, dude?
Who's this?
Come on, Jimmy. You don't know who this is?
Okay, let me go. It's Steve. It's Bob. It's Pat. It's Bill.
Okay, you got it. Third time's a charm.
Okay.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, man. Come on, man. How you doing? What's cracking? What's
I'm doing
going
good,
on?
man. You talking about pot tonight, and I just, man, brought back memories, So it brought me back to being a kid, So here's my question for you. I'm going to take you on a hard left turn here. Get ready.
All right, let's go.
Tell me your story about the first time you ever seen weight. Because, we was always buying, joints back and forth, But when was the first time that you ever seen weight and was like, oh.
Did you say weed?
Weight, yeah. Yeah, I'm talking weed, but I'm talking about weight, when you've seen a lot of it.
Oh, a lot.
Like when you're a kid, you're always buying joints and stuff back and forth, whatever.
Right.
But when was the first time you seen a lot and was like, boom?
Okay. I've got two stories. Like in the beginning, right? So
right. I'm talking the first time you ever seen a whole lot and stood there and was like,
okay,
damn.
So check this out. There used to be, I doubt it's still there, but in Indiana, there was a place called Pulaski, I think it was Pulaski County. And there were rumors that there was a government pot farm in Pulaski County, right? And so, me and my friend, we would hear these rumors about people going out to Pulaski and getting onto this government pot farm and harvesting, right? Okay, so I had this friend. His name was Tony Myers, and famous,
allegedly,
yeah, famous. No, I'll say it straight out. And Tony lived on this court in Heather Hills, and across the street from him on this court was one of my close friends. That I loved to death. He was great. His name was Tony Marvin, and his dad was really cool. I liked Tony, and we hung out. So I'm over at Tony's house one night, and he goes, dude, Myers just got back from Pulaski. And I was like, really? And he goes, dude, he's got a garbage bag full of buds. Now I'm picturing in my mind what he is suggesting here, right? I'm like 15, 16 years old. And we go over to Tony's house. We walk across the court, knock on the door. Tony's there. And we go up and we go into his bedroom, and he whips out a hefty bag, a brown or green hefty bag full of weed. Right, I'm talking about to the top. And he opened it up and looked, and I couldn't believe what I was looking at. It was like the craziest. It was like right out of Cheech and Chong or something. And
what was the smell like?
It was like Pulaski dirt weed, I guess it would be the thing. But it was full. It was full. And so that was, and I remember the trippy. Okay, so then, but that wasn't all that he had. So then I was like in his closet or something. Then he pulls out like two more,
nice,
that were like half full, and so in the middle, dude, we're in high school, right? And I'm sitting there looking at trash bags full of weed. I have no idea what the poundage was. I have no idea. Now, this other part, this other story, around the same time, this is in high school. Now, I can't get into specifics here because I don't want people to get into trouble and things like that.
Right.
But I'm with a friend who was my employer. That's all I'm going to say. I can't get into specifics. But I show up to work, and I go in. This is downtown Indianapolis. And I suppose I was 16, 17 years old. And I go in, and he had this crazy weed. And he had told me at the time, everything had a name. This is Acapulco. This is Jamaican. This is, everything had a name to it. And he said, this is lamb's breath from Jamaica. That's what it was called. And it was really good pot. And I said, can I get some? And he goes, actually, yes. And so he makes a phone call, and we go and we drive to this house. And it was, sorry, I got hair on my face. And it's a nice house. Nice. We go in and we zigzag around, and older, nice architectural type, really nice house. And we walk and we go and we walk into this dining room, and on the dining room table are, the Ziploc bags that are like gallon size, right?
Right.
Okay. Rows of them. I mean, it was like
considered about a pound in each.
Yeah. And this table is covered with them. And I'm looking, I don't even know. I don't even understand. I don't have a concept of what I am actually seeing here. And that was a pretty mind-blowing thing. And especially back then, it was so illegal, I might as well have been in an opium den in China. It's like some crazy illegal thing. And it was bizarre. And there it was. And it was just all laid out on this massive dining room table. I have no idea how much or anything like that, but it was a mind-blowing thing. And so later, this is the crazy thing. This is like a year later. I can't get into specifics, but I go to an awards dinner. All right, that's what it was. And I'm not getting into specifics, but I'm invited, and I've got an invitation, and I've got a place at one of these tables, and it's a foundation kind of thing. It was a foundation awards evening, and I'm there as a guest, and so I'm sitting and I'm eating my chicken or steak or whatever, and they start giving out these awards, for this and this and this and this. I'm sitting, and so somebody's up there presenting this award, and blah 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 blah, and the award goes to blah 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 blah. I'm not thinking about anything. I don't know the name. And dude, whose house I went to, gets this award, and I watch him walk up on stage. He's in a tux. And nice. I went, oh, no way. No friggin' way. And it was an eye-opening thing for me, man. And it all just came flooding back, the dining room and the poundage on this table. And he's up there in a tux. I would like to thank the city of Indianapolis for this award. I was like, man, oh my God.
Dude, that's awesome.
And you know what? That was 50 years ago. Statute of limitations is way past all of that. I doubt that guy's even still alive. I'm 58. He'd probably be 90 right now. But yeah, I saw that go down. So that's weird. I've never told these stories ever.
They're great, dude. It's great to sit back and think about that stuff. And you know what? Thinking back, you're sitting here laughing, but dude, if you'd have got caught back then, you'd still be sitting in prison.
100%.
That's the funny thing, dude. I look back at my life and remember a bunch of stuff, and I'm thinking, oh my God, I'd still be sitting there in jail. Period.
Yeah. There are moments. I mean, if you go back and think about some of the stuff that we got away with, right? That you literally got away with. And if anything went right or left, life would be really different today, right? I mean,
I know.
Like crazy different. And that's really the truth. 100%, absolutely. Okay, so what's your big pot tonnage story?
Oh, dude. First time when I was a kid, man, we sold little bags, quarters, whatever. I've seen ounces, you know, and a couple pounds, and that was about it. You know, I was about 17, and I was staying at my buddy's house. Well, I had another buddy a couple houses down. Well, his dad worked at the mill, Granite City Steel, and he always worked nights. So I seen the lights on down there, and it was probably 2, 3 in the morning. Everybody else done passed out. And I was like, man, I got to join. I'm gonna go down there and smoke with my buddy. I go down there, I knock on the door, and I hear his dad. And I hear his dad go, come on in and get up here and hurry up. We got to get this done. And I'm like, what the hell? And, you know, I was like, okay, because I was going to go up there and be like, hey, I'm just here to talk to your boy, you know. I walk upstairs, dude. As I'm walking up the stairs, I'm looking, and it takes you straight into the kitchen. The floor is covered in black trash bags, okay? And I'm walking up, and I'm like, what in the hell, man? And then my mind starts going, whoa, shit. Oh, sorry. And then all of a sudden, I get up there, and all of a sudden, I turn the corner. Here's this guy's dad, which I didn't know did this. He's sitting here, and he's got bales on the kitchen table stacked. And bales are about 75 to 100 pounds or whatever, and they're stacked on there. And he's sitting here breaking them apart. And he turns around and looks at me and he goes, who the hell are you? And I go, I'm here to get high with your kid, because I'm freaking out, man. You know, I'm like, I'm not going to lie at that point, because his dad was a big guy, bodybuilder. So he turns around, man, and he says that, and I'm just standing there going, he goes, well, don't just stand there. Help me bag this up. I was like, okay. Dude, 6 o'clock, 7 in the morning, I sit there and help this old, well, he wasn't an old guy, but back then, you know, he was. I sit there and help this guy bag all this stuff up. His friend was supposed to be showing up and helping him do this and didn't, so he thought I was him. But anyway, me and him sit there and got high the whole time, bagged all this stuff up. By the time we got done, you know, when I left, there was still a couple pound, you know, bales or whatever, but man, they were stacked up, dude, all along the walls, on the damn counters, everywhere. But that was the first time, and I walked out of there, dude, so high. I went up to my buddy's house, and I just sit there and was like, what the hell just happened? That was the first time I ever seen Wade.
You are lucky to be on the phone with me right now.
Oh, dude, that's what I'm saying, man.
Yeah.
I mean, you look back at stuff like that, and you're like, holy shit, these kids nowadays are like, yeah, man, I got me a half ounce. And I'm like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, right. You know, you're always, you are always one bad decision away from something that's life altering. You just are. Okay, so again, I'm not going to get into specifics. I'm not. People could figure this out, and I don't want them to do that. But I'm a kid, and I'm not going to say where. I'm not going to do all of this, but I'm going to say this. So there was this girl that I had always, you know, been, you know, kind of eyeing. I'm a kid. I'm in my teens, and one night, I don't even know if I had a driver's license. I mean, maybe I did, but she says to me, like out of the blue, want to come home with me? I'm a kid, right? And I was like, oh, yeah, sure, right? So, and I'm all excited, right? And we get in her car and we drive to her house, and which turned out to be, which I had never seen before, her house, but it was nice, like white 2-story with pillars, nice circular driveway. And I was like, wow, okay, this is different. Okay, not what I expected. We pull up, we walk in, and we're going through the living room. And behind the living room, big open area, was a pool table. But there was stuff on it. And so I walk up and I look, and the lights are on, and I look, and they are boxes of handguns.
Oh man.
Like 5 high, 10 wide, 4 or 5 rows. Gotta be a few hundred guns, right? I've never seen a gun in my life. And I'm looking and I can see the pictures, right? And I'm like, what's that? She goes, my dad is a gun dealer.
Holy crap.
And I'm like, I gotta go.
Dude, I'd have been out.
So this whole thing, I was so happy to be there, right? Immediately. I gotta go. This house, I don't need to with you right now. This thing can happen. whatever I had in my mind, this whole thing is over. It's done. It's not happening.
Right.
It was like the craziest. I never went back. Never went. Oh no. And I will.
Did you ever see her again and just kind of dodge her?
Oh yeah. No, I did. Well, we hung out for years after that. And she was great. But did anything ever? No. No. We had a gathering of friends a few months ago, and we're outside of on my brother's patio. And so there was like 10 friends from high school, and I brought her name. I was like, whatever happened to so-and-so? And I shared that story. I told that story to everyone. They were all laughing. I was like, man, yeah. I'll never forget it, Pat. I will never forget how quickly a mood can change, right? And it was just like, you ever hit the brakes and your passenger hits their forehead on the dashboard?
Right. That's
how quickly I hit the brakes, man. It was like that. Stop. This evening just ended. And again, back to my point, it's the life decisions that you make that are life altering. Right. And that's one right there where I wanted to make sure it wasn't life altering. Right.
Kidding, man.
That one, it was funny, man. It was absolutely hello. What do you mean take you home? Take me home now. Let's get back in the car. Let's just turn this whole thing around. Let's go back out the door. And it's all good. Don't trip. It's all good. I'm cool. But this evening's ending right now.
Right.
Oh, man.
Definitely not dateable after that.
And I had so much respect for her. I still do, and things. But the reason why I brought this up, you told us, you heard Sherman talk earlier about the dream, right? And the girl's dad, who he was scared of, right? Okay, that's what this was. I didn't want to meet this guy. No, I did not, man. I don't want to be there. I don't want to be the thing. I don't want to go through. No. This has ended. What a great phone call, man. How have you been before I let you go?
Hey, man. It's been good, dude. Been good. Have you got that camper ready and everything?
Okay. The answer is there's a few things going on. The answer is I've made my decision. And so it's not a camper. Are you ready? I'm getting
an RV?
No, listen, I'm getting a teardrop off-road trailer.
Right. You told me that. That's what I'm saying. Did you get that?
I've picked it out. And I know, and my friend Adrian is getting one too. So we're both getting from the same dealer. We've got it all set up. And yeah. So I'm getting an off-road. It's dark gray. It's really cool. It's dark gray and black. It's got off-road mutter tires. It looks pretty rowdy. And it's going to look good being towed by the Fade to Black Jeep. And we're done. Deal's set up, and that's it. And so Christina Gomez is getting an RV. She's getting a frigging motorhome, and it's going to be really cool to be with her. We're going to be, obviously we're going to come out and see you. And I told her the whole thing. We're doing We're bringing a grill. We're going to be cooking out. We're going to be broadcasting Fade to Black live. We're going to go to Skinwalker. We're going to go to Roswell. We're going to go to the Bridgewater Triangle. I want to go.
So the show's going on the road, right?
Yeah. We're talking about getting all of this done. So yes, the answer is yes. Things are in motion, and
because I've seen in pretty soon. I think X was supposed to have something in Missouri.
Yes, at Cape Girardeau.
Right. I've seen that, but I noticed somebody wasn't on there.
No, I'm not. I'm not on
there.
Well, it's because it's the theme of that event and how that is set up. I could force myself onto that gig. It's not really what I do, but yeah, and what the dates on that I think are actually conflicting with something else that I have going on. But
well, make sure you put pics up of the trailer when you get it and get it all fixed up.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's tiny, man. It's tiny. It's like this big.
Right.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's really cool.
I've seen them, dude. They're nice, man. The insides are pretty nice and everything. Now, does yours pop up?
Nope. The back pops up. It's the kitchen, the galley, right?
Kind of like the old Volkswagen Bugs had that little ass in that come up.
It's a trunk. And it's full width, and that opens up, and you've got a sink and a stove and a refrigerator and a countertop. And that's external. That's not on the inside, which I think is really, really cool. So, yeah. It's tiny, man. The door is like, it's fun. It's tiny. It's tiny. It's the whole thing is probably 3 feet. So you don't stand up. No, you go in there. This thing is designed to keep you from getting eaten by bears, right? That's right. It's not luxury. It's nice on the inside, but that's where you go to sleep, and stuff. But everything else is outside, right? The kitchen and you're outdoor living with this, but you're protected.
And you got your grill hooked up, in the back of the Jeep.
Yeah, the whole thing.
Oh, dude.
It's going to be so
awesome.
Cool. Yeah. Hey, Patrick, I got to go. Have a great night.
Hey, man, have a good weekend, dude.
You too. Enjoy your weekend. Thank you so much. Fantastic call, man. And
later, brother.
Yeah, it forced me to tell stories I've never told in my life. There you go, Pat the elf. And with that, I got to get out of here. What a great night on the phones tonight with all of you. This is what Fadernight for me is all about. Just a fantastic, perfect, amazing night. Thank you so much. Thank you to everybody that called in. Fade to Black is produced by Hilton J. Palm, Renee, Dennis, and Kevin. Announcers are Steve Harder, Gene Vitoa, Mark D. Kovar. Webmaster is Drew the Geek. Music, Doug Aldrich. Intro, Spaceboy. SpaceboyMusic.com. Fade to Black is produced by KJCR for the Game Changer Network, and this broadcast is owned and copyrighted 2022 by Fade to Black and the Game Changer Network, Inc. It cannot be rebroadcast, downloaded, copied, or used anywhere in the known universe without written permission from Fade to Black or the Game Changer Network. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. We got a great week lined up next week. I want everybody to have a great, safe, fun, amazing weekend. Until Monday, go Beckley Tappy.